Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Popcorn Podcast. I'm Jack Logan, and I'm joined here today with Fergus Clark. Is that good? Yeah.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, that's
Oh,
perfect,
okay.
Fergus.
All right. We'll roll with that.
Let's just go with that, yeah, because
Okay.
I asked Fergus if he wanted to intro, and he took it very literally in copying my script from my intro.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's iconic, isn't it?
Exactly. So, Fergus, what have you been watching this week? Anything fun?
Well, I told you last week I finished the thick of it.
Yes.
Yeah. So we watched the movie on
Mhm.
Wednesday in the Loop.
Yep.
It was very good. It was really funny, but I think like every episode of the show, I thought was a bit funnier. I don't know what it was
Okay.
about in the Loop.
I feel like I know the thick of it has got like a real dry sense of humor to it. I feel like In the Loop's like even drier.
Sure. Mm.
But I remember really enjoying In the Loop. I think I got it at 3.5 on Letterboxd.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would go up if I rewatched it. I think I was maybe a little bit too young the first time I watched it to like
Sure.
properly understand it. Because I watched In the Loop long before I watched the series.
Mm.
In the Loop was like my first time ever seeing like those characters. And there's characters in the Loop that are just they were different characters in the thick of it. Am I remember that
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's kind of weird. Like the guy who plays Ollie is playing a different character in the film. Same with
Yeah,
all of them, really. The only
yeah,
character that's consistent is Malcolm Tucker.
yep.
Yeah.
But I remember all the stuff that happens like in America,
Mm.
just being absolutely hilarious. Some of the lines that Malcolm Tucker
For
comes away
sure.
with. Again, I cannot repeat some of them because
No, no.
they're so vulgar. But they're absolutely hilarious. Just fantastically written one-liners.
Mm. Yeah, no. There was just something about it. I thought Tom Hollander was really good in it.
Yeah,
Um, but I don't know. There was just something about the show that really kind of. I don't know. There's an allure to it, I think.
that's fair. That's fair. I do think the show is better, like
Mm.
probably miles better.
Mm.
But I do really like as I said, I really like the earlier stuff more
Yeah.
than I like the later stuff, and I feel like the movie's a lot like the later stuff in the show. But I think the first like 2 seasons of the thick of it is its real like sweet spot.
Yeah. Perfect. But then they got rid of Hugh. Uh,
Mhm.
do you know why they got rid of Hugh?
Yeah,
Yeah. Um.
he wasn't a great guy. If
No,
anyone wants to
not
know
at
about
all.
that, I'd suggest googling it. He wasn't an amazing man.
No. One thing a movie does really good is it brings back Jamie, the angry Scotsman.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's great. I'm glad he came back because like he's only in 2 episodes of a show, I think, and they're
Yep.
both special episodes.
He's not in many episodes of the show.
Mm.
But he's a memorable character from the show, I
Yeah.
feel,
I
even though he's
think
in so little of it.
they must have to get rid of him because he would have just like overshadowed Malcolm the whole time.
Yeah, literally.
Mm.
I think they felt like they needed Malcolm to be like the real, because every other character in the thick of it doesn't really provide the comedy. Malcolm
Yeah.
really provides the comedy of it. It's actually remove Malcolm Tucker and it's a very serious show. I feel
Yeah.
like, but yeah, he really brings the comedy. So I feel like removing the angry Scotsman guy.
Yeah, having an even more cartoonish version of him would
Yeah,
just
yeah. In terms of what I've been watching this week, Doctor Who's back.
Yes, it is. That's right.
Yeah.
Uh,
Three episodes are out. We've got different opinions on the Christmas special. Like
very different.
very
Yeah.
different opinions. I think it's like near perfect Who, and it's very mid. Is
Near
that correct?
perfect.
Oh yeah, I think it's an 8 out of 10, 9 out of 10 episode. That first episode of Doctor Who. I think it's fantastic.
Uh, I I don't know. I liked the song. I guess was pretty
Yeah.
like upbeat. Like that was pretty catchy.
Yep.
I could jam to it, but like I don't know. The rest of the episode didn't do much for me.
I've not rewatched it since Christmas. I probably rewatch it and it might go down.
Mm,
Again, same with the 60th anniversary stuff with David.
mm,
Um, I feel like I was just so excited to have Russell T Davies back, and I
sure.
was sitting there and I was like, this feels like Doctor Who again. It's wonderful. Chris Chibnall ruined it for like 4 years.
Yeah, yeah.
Hijacked it and took it on its own crap storyline, but Russell's back and it feels like Doctor Who again. However, in saying that, episodes 1 and 2 of the newest season was not my cup of tea at all.
Yeah, you said that. I've not watched them yet. I've been
Mhm.
meaning to get to them, but I can't be bothered. Like,
Fair
Doctor
enough.
Who for the past few years has not been in a great place, I think.
No.
I did enjoy the David Tennant episodes, but I thought only the second one was really good, and the
Yeah,
other
yeah, yeah.
2 were just, like, decent episodes. They were
Ye
good episodes.
I think the second episode of, the 60th anniversary stuff was easily the best of, like, since, like, Peter Capaldi's Doctor Who
Mm,
the show's ever been. It actually felt a lot like classic Who, I thought, that
mhm.
second episode. It was very, like it felt, like, low budget. There was, like, cheesy effects and stuff, but that's what's so, like, charming about it.
Yeah,
And
and
it was
it's all
just like
set in, like, one location as well.
yeah, literally 2 characters for the full thing. It was and, like, an unknown alien entity.
Mm,
Similar to how, like, Midnight,
yeah,
from series 4 works,
perfect
because
episode,
it's
by the way.
such a perfect episode, simply because it takes, like, the fear of the unknown and brings it forward. Anyway,
Mm.
episode 1 of the new series,
Is
I sat on you
is
go.
it called Space Babies?
Space Babies, yeah.
I know nothing about this, but the
I
title is painting a picture in my head.
I won't go into, spoilers just because it is really new out.
Mm,
But I sat down and it opens up like classic kind of series opener. It does a lot of exposition
sure.
describing who the Doctor is for new viewers. Like every Doctor, when they regenerate, have to do this full thing where like I'm a Time Lord from Gallifrey, my home's gone, blah 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 blah.
Mm.
And I was like, okay, they're doing that, and then they go to this ship. That's it's a baby farm.
Oh,
So
okay.
it grows babies, but it's also ran by babies, talking babies.
What?
So that's not great.
Yeah, that's weird. That sounds like that movie, Baby Geniuses.
Literally, it is
Yeah.
literally like same effects to make the babies talk and
Oh my
stuff.
god.
It's not great. It looks terrible. The
No.
CGI in it. It's just a really, I think, just a poor concept for an episode.
Mm.
And
It's
Russell
like a
D,
Boss Baby, innit?
literally,
Yeah.
the Boss Baby meets Doctor Who. Um, but yeah, I love Russell T Davies with all my heart, but I feel like sometimes when you let him loose, it's not the greatest of ideas.
Sure.
Like like the man wrote Love and Monsters. Like
Okay, listen. Let's not get into Love and Monsters, but I don't think it's that bad. Okay, it's kind of fun.
he also wrote Fear Her. Do you remember Fear Her?
Yes. Yeah, the council guy with the
Yeah,
council van. Yeah.
yeah. Digging up a council road.
No, he
um,
was a highlight, but yeah.
100%. He was the highlight of that episode. But I feel like a lot of people remember the great stuff he's written, and there is a lot of it, but they forget a lot of the terrible stuff he's written, and
Yeah.
he's written a lot of that too.
Mm,
And the first episode really felt like he was just going a little bit too goofy too quickly.
sure.
Episode 2
The
was
Beatles.
better. The Beatles one, even though the Beatles are hardly in it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I kind of figured.
And they don't play any Beatles songs because they couldn't get the rights.
What? But isn't
um,
Disney producing it now?
yeah, they couldn't get rights to the Beatles.
But they have like 2 Beatles documentaries on Disney Plus.
Literally.
It can't be that hard to get in contact with them.
But yeah, it was marginally better. I feel like the biggest thing about the first 2 episodes with me is normally when I finish a Doctor Who episode, I want to rewatch it immediately. So I
Mm,
feel like I don't pick up on everything the first time I watch it, and I've not went back to those first 2 episodes at all. I don't want to. Like
sure.
even even though I would say I liked the second episode fine, there's nothing that's drawn me back to it at all. The villain was good.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Maestro,
Maestro.
she was good in it. Pretty funny, similar to like the toy maker in
Oh,
episode
right.
3 of the specials, similar
Playmaker
kind of,
was so good.
yeah, similar kind of energy to him. But yeah, it just felt a little bit pointless. Like there was no
Sure.
real great story to it. Episode 3, however,
Sorry.
it's all right. I was watching the first bit and I was like, okay, this is good, this is interesting. And then the credits rolled, and then up popped the name Stephen Moffat, and
Oh, I heard he was writing an episode. Yeah.
I was like, okay, this could be good. Because obviously his actual run of Doctor Who is a little bit divisive. Like he's Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi when he was actually running the show,
Mm.
but his episodes that he wrote for Davies, like they're all bangers.
Yeah.
Like he done Girl in the Fireplace, he done Blink, he
Blink.
done The Gas Mask Child 2-parter, Silence in the Library, like such great episodes. And Boom is a really great episode of Doctor Who.
Is this a new one?
It was a new one.
Okay.
It's really, really good, and it actually felt a bit like Doctor Who's back again, which
Okay.
is nice. Ncuti Gatwa absolutely acts his heart out in it.
Oh, I know what this one is. It's when he steps on a landmine.
He steps in the landmine, and the full episode is revolved around how he's going to get off this landmine.
Sure. Yeah, I've
It's
seen
a
a trailer for it.
really nice concept for an episode. Like total opposite ends, like Space Baby's terrible concept.
Mm.
Boom, such a great concept for an episode. But yeah, I absolutely loved it. I think I gave it like an 8 out of 10, the latest episode. I thought it was really, really good. And next week's looks also good. Again, it's a Russell T Davies episode, but it looks a lot more horror,
Okay.
which he's described it as like a, do you know, like It Follows kind of horror
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that, and I would recommend watching the new series, Fergus.
Yeah.
Even
I'll
though
get
the
around
first
to
2
it.
episodes aren't great,
Yeah.
Boom makes up for it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll get around to it. I wasn't won over by Ncuti Gatwa in the Christmas special. Same with I don't know the actress name. Millie Gibson.
Millie Gibson, yeah,
Millie Gibson.
Ruby Sunday.
I thought were good, but I wasn't feeling it. Like better than Jodie Whittaker and whatever. But
I
yeah.
was the same. But his latest episode, this Boom one, Ncuti Gatwa was excellent, and he really explores more the dark side of the Doctor. Like
Mm.
he gets really serious in some scenes, and again, the first 2 episodes of the new series is him kind of being like silly run around Doctor, like ha ha ha. He's quirky,
Mm.
and this he's extremely serious, and it's really good.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Stephen Moffat can just write the Doctor. He's excellent
Mm.
at it. He's just brilliant.
Hot take. I'm not a huge season 5 guy.
Yeah, I'm sure you've told me that before. You're wrong.
Okay. Well, I always preferred season 6, but okay.
I think they're kind of on par for me. I do love season 6. I love the arc in season 6
Mm.
more than I like the arc in season 5. But season 5 has some fantastic standalone episodes.
Yeah, but then I also think of like The Beast Below.
Oh, I
Like,
love The Beast Below.
yeah, I know, but like I don't mind it. I like the Smilers, I guess. They're kind
Yeah.
of cool.
Vincent and
think
the Doctors in season 5. Fergus.
Vincent and the Doctor is a class episode, to be fair.
So good. So
But
good.
then there's the one with like sexy vampires in Venice.
Yeah.
Yeah, weird.
And the one, is it the Silurian one that was written by
Yeah,
Chris? That
yeah.
one's not great.
Don't like that one. No.
But season 6 also has that weird 2-parter. It's like the Rebel Flesh.
Oh, I like Rebel Flesh.
It's okay. It's not great. And it's got that pirate one as well.
Oh, come on. I'll leave it alone. I like that one. My favorite episode from season 6 is Night Terrors.
Night Terrors is
Because
such a good episode.
It gave me night terrors for like
Yeah.
2 weeks straight. I couldn't sleep.
Really underrated episode.
Mhm.
I remember watching that when it aired at I think it was at my grand's house staying, and there was no going to sleep after it.
Yeah,
Like, that was
genuinely
freaking-
terrifying. And it was the first episode of Doctor Who I watched as well, so kind of put
Was
me
it?
off it. I think
Um,
it was Blink and then Night Terrors,
Oh, you
which
watched,
is
like
not a great double feature
yeah,
when you're
2
like
scary
9.
ones in a row.
Yeah.
My first episode of Doctor Who, and whenever I tell someone this, they're like, "Oh, I'm so glad you stayed with the show." was
Mm.
the Lazarus Experiment. With
Oh,
big
really?
CGI scorpion
Yeah.
guy.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's terrible.
yeah, it's not a great
Uh,
episode to start with.
what did you see in it? What made you keep going after that?
Well, basically what happened was I went to a Doctor Who exhibition,
Mm.
and it was like had loads of props and stuff. I hadn't seen a single episode of the show. But I went to this exhibition and I was like, this is cool. And then I went home, and do you remember the channel, I think it's Watch
Mm.
on TV, that was playing that episode of Doctor Who. So I was like, oh, I'll watch this. It was the
Brilliant.
Lazarus Experiment.
Yeah.
The first one I watched going out live was The Next Doctor, the one with David Morrissey in it.
Oh, is that like the Christmas special?
Yeah, I think it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a Christmas
It's like
special.
a
Yeah.
wooden Cyberman.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. That was the first one I actually watched go out live, but I'd like caught up with all of Eccleston and David Tennant by then
Sure.
because I got like obsessed.
I think my first one was Capaldi's first episode. Like I saw going out live, which is quite late, I suppose. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I remember when it was such a surprisingly big thing, like bigger
Mm.
than whenever a Doctor regenerates now. When Smith
Mm.
regenerated into Capaldi, I remember they put that first episode out in cinema. Like
Mm.
it was so big. Can you imagine like Space Babies going out in cinema
Oh,
these
I'd go see it.
days?
4DX, hell yeah.
Oh, 4DX Space Babies, let's do it.
I really want to
Um,
watch Space Babies more than any other episode. I need to see what this is like.
yeah. What else have you watched recently, Fergus?
So we finished the thick of it. So me and my dad need a new TV show to watch.
hmm
So we started Inside Number 9.
Oh, I've heard nothing but good things about that.
It's fantastic so far.
Yeah.
Do you know what it's about?
Is it? It's quite episodic, is it not? Like
Yeah.
each episode's its own kind of story. And
Yeah,
I'm guessing it takes place in 9 Downing Street.
so okay, what it is it's like an anthology series like Twilight
Yeah.
Zone or Black Mirror or whatever. And every episode is completely different characters. Nothing's related, but the only thing that's consistent is that the whole episode takes place inside number 9, which is it could be number 9, like apartment number 9. It could be train
Ah,
coach number 9. But the
that's
whole
cool.
episode takes place inside number 9. It's
That's cool.
brilliant. Yeah.
I really like that. I really like that. I remember one of my friends recommending it to me because I said how much I love Black Mirror, and they were
Mhm.
like, "It's a very similar show,
Mhm.
to Black Mirror." So I need to check it out. Is it not like 9 seasons long though? It's a long
The
show.
9th season's coming out now, yeah.
Okay.
They're more like comedic than Black Mirror, and there's not that focus on like technology or anything, but
Sure.
it's
Sure.
brilliant. Yeah,
How much
think
have
if
you watched of it?
we're a little bit into season 2 now. There's only 6 episodes per season,
Okay.
but I think out of what I've seen, if you wanted an episode to give you like a good idea of what it shows like, maybe the episode from season 1, Tom and Jerry, would be quite good.
Okay.
Or Sardines, which is his first episode. You could start with either of them, and that
Okay.
would give you an idea of what it's going to be like.
Is any of them set in 9 Downing Street?
Not so far, but
I'm sure I heard that was a thing. Like
uh.
an episode in 9 Downing Street. I might be
There
wrong.
there probably is one. I wouldn't be surprised, but we've not gone to yet if there is.
I've also been watching through. I wanted a new film series to watch, even though I can't finish film series that I'm currently doing.
Yeah.
But I watched the first 2 Child's Play films.
That's right, you have, yeah.
Yeah. It's a series that I've kind of been putting off, and I think it's because I like, as much as I like horror comedy,
Mm,
I didn't think it was going to be scary. I thought it was going to be more funny than scary.
mm.
But I was really surprised with the first one and how actually scary it is.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Chucky's
Um,
a vicious wee bastard.
He's a creepy wee shit.
Yeah.
Especially the first one. And the first one does a similar thing to a lot of horror franchises where when it's establishing the character, you actually don't see him move until
Mm,
like the very end of the film. Like
yeah.
it's just like a camera, like POV kind of shot of him walking around. And that just it creates great suspense throughout the film. Until he actually moves. And when he actually does move, the effects I think stand up. Like they
Mm,
look good. So yeah, I really enjoyed the first one. And the second one was good too. However, it leaned a lot more into the comedy side of things.
sure.
It went very quickly from like proper horror film to this is a light-hearted little fun time. Like Chucky's like popping like one-liners and stuff every
Mm.
5 minutes, and he moves like the second he comes back on screen. Like there's none of that suspense. He's just like kicking about as his own wee
I
guy.
mean, that kind of makes sense, right? Because the first film is just establishing like, oh, is Chucky real or is this kid like going
Yeah,
insane or
yeah,
whatever? And then yeah, he is real. So I guess there's no need to like keep audience in the dark going into the second one.
yeah. I guess that's true. Actually, I never actually thought about that. That maybe when the film came out, there was some audience members going, "This kid might actually just be making this all up." Like
Mm,
it was actually probably a bit of a mystery. But because
mm,
we know who Chucky is now, he's such a big horror icon.
mm,
We just know that it's the doll doing it.
mm-hmm.
You make a good point there. But yeah, they were both good. I'd probably go like an 8 out of 10 for the first one and a 7 for the second one.
I think I gave the first one like 6, but I could go to
6.
7. Yeah, I could go to 7. I don't think
Yeah,
it's much higher than 7, but I like it.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
better than a lot of other like creepy doll films, like I don't know, Mifregan,
yeah.
for
Mythrican.
example.
Have you seen any of the sequels?
None of them, no.
Yeah, I'm excited to do 3 because I heard
Mm,
3's okay, but
mm.
like then we go into like Bride of Chucky and Seed
I
of
think that's an
Chucky and
interesting direction to take it.
just create this whole doll underworld.
Yeah, why not?
uh, true, like it's a ridiculous premise.
Mm,
Like even in the first one, like he's a killer that puts himself into a doll via a voodoo ritual.
mm.
Like it's so dumb, but I
Yeah.
was really surprised with how effectively scary the first one was.
I mean, horror movie franchises, like, they kinda have to go off the rails after a bit. They can't just keep
Yeah,
doing the same thing, like,
yeah,
Friday the 13th, first one is just a murder mystery, and
yep,
Jason's not even in it until, like, this thing at the end that might even just be a dream or whatever.
yep.
But then after that, it's like a ridiculous slasher series with iconic entries like Jason Goes to Manhattan or Jason Goes to
Yeah,
Space or whatever.
a lot of horror franchises do that, where they do like the first one, and then they do a couple of sequels where they're half taking themselves seriously,
Mm.
and then they'll just go completely off the rails, mad with it, and then
Saw.
there'll be like and then there'll be like a remake down the line that'll try and capture the original
Mhm.
scariness of it again. It's the same
Jigsaw.
thing, literally. Like the one that came to my head was Friday the 13th. Like they
Mm,
do Friday the 13th and part 2, part 3, and then like part 4 onwards, it just starts having fun.
mm.
And then there was that remake, which I haven't seen, but apparently it takes it back to a much more scary slasher kind of route.
Yeah, that's
Um,
what I've heard. I've not
like I
watched any Friday the 13th sequels either.
Oh, you should watch Jason Goes to Hell, the final
I know
Friday.
you hate that, so I'm not gonna
It's genuinely the worst horror film I've ever seen.
Really?
It is absolutely atrocious. And this is coming from the guy that actually enjoyed Jason Takes Manhattan.
Mm.
No, just don't save yourself.
Alright, okay. Oh, I was thinking Nightmare on Elm Street is similar as well, I suppose.
Yeah,
It follows the same trajectory. There was a reboot a couple of years ago, but it was
yeah,
terrible, but it
yeah.
was
And there
very
was that
scary.
New Nightmare as well, which was kind of a reboot.
Oh, New Nightmare's quite good, yeah.
I like New. It was a very interesting take on it,
Mhm.
to have like the original not Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street film, like exist within this universe,
Mm.
and then like make Freddy like come out. It was such a weird premise, which
Mhm.
could only come from Wes Craven.
For
Um,
sure.
but I liked. It's probably I want to say my third favorite out of them. I
Same.
really like the third one. Is that
Yep.
Dream Warriors? That one's really good.
Is your favorite the original?
Yeah,
So we basically have, like, the same top 3 then.
yeah. I think everyone's got the same
Yeah.
top three.
Yeah.
I don't mind 2 as well. 2's all right.
2's okay.
Um,
2 is like you know how I don't like Saw 2 because it takes itself quite seriously.
yeah,
That same thing with Nightmare on Elm Street 2 for me.
fair.
I mean, it is still ridiculous at points, but
I don't remember anything from 4, 5, or 6 really
no.
of
Just some
Nightmare on
of the
Elm Street.
kills from him, like the
Yeah.
girl that gets turned into a cockroach
Oh, I
or
don't remember
whatever.
that. I remember from Freddy's Dead, the video game one.
Oh yeah, shit, that is terrible. Now I'm playing with power or whatever it
Yeah,
was.
that
Yeah,
one. Yep. And I remember there was like a comic book one.
yeah, Super Freddy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
terrible.
thought. Yeah. Yeah, it just goes like so ridiculous. It's unreal.
There's a really terrible one where we're in like a karate dojo or something,
Oh
and the guy
yeah,
is literally not fighting anything and he just dies. Like,
yeah.
it's so terrible.
And Jason Takes Manhattan in the Friday the 13th one. There's like a boxer character,
Hmm.
and he's like trying to box Jason on the roof of this building. And he's like, "Take a swing, man, take a swing." And Jason's just like stepping out the way, just looking at him like, "What the hell are you doing?" And he's like, "Hit me!" And he hits him, and his head just comes flying off. I think
That's pretty funny.
that's brilliant.
Have you ever seen Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
I haven't. I
Get it on
haven't.
the watch list.
Yeah,
It's got
I've
a kill
heard
that's similar to that.
it's a really good like cult classic kind of movie. I've
One of
heard
my
nothing but good
favorites.
things.
Hmm. All right, well, we should probably get into the actual episode of this plan instead of just the Doctor Who and horror movies podcast.
Yes. So Fergus, I prepared a little thing for you today.
Okay.
Hopefully, I was talking to Fergus earlier. I'm worried I've made this far too easy, but we'll soon see.
Yeah, well, we'll find
Um,
out.
I do think it is hard to judge how easy something is when you know the answers.
Hmm.
But yeah, we'll give this a go. So, Fergus, I've been having a little snoop through your letterboxed
Oh, okay.
and having a little stock. And what I did was I picked 30 films that you've seen
Uh-huh.
from your letterbox at complete random. As in, I've got my iPad, scrolled, put my finger on a film.
Okay.
Okay. And then I went to a website. I hope you've heard of it. Just a small website. It's called Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten Tomatoes. Okay.
You heard of this website, Fergus?
I'm familiar with it. It's
Yep.
yeah, I've heard it's kind of word on the street. It's kind of destined to take off at some point.
And on Rotten Tomatoes, you get the critic score,
Mm-hmm.
you get an audience score,
Mm-hmm.
and there's also a little line which is called the critics' consensus. Have you heard about this, Fergus?
Yes, yes, it's quite well known now. I've heard it in many circles at this point. Uh,
So, what I'm going to do, Fergus, is I'm going to read out the Rotten Tomatoes critic consensus of these 30 films.
okay,
I'm going to see if you can guess the movie
okay, and
from the consensus.
to be clear, I've seen all these, right?
You've seen all these movies.
Okay.
So I have got 3 clues for each film.
I
If
hope
you
they're
need
better
them.
than mine last week.
Well, what I've done is I've kept each clue the same. So
Okay.
the first clue you get, if you want that clue, is you get the both of the tomato meter scores of the movie.
Okay.
The second clue you get is what you rated it on Letterboxd,
Okay.
and the third clue you get is a quote from the film.
Okay. So
Okay.
no released in the past decade nonsense.
No, we've got none of the released in the past decade.
Okay.
Some of the consensuses also contain the title of the movie. I've
Mm,
just put the word blank where the title was. So
Sure.
if you hear me say blank, then you know. Are you ready to do the first one, Fergus?
I think so. Yeah. Okay. I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try and read this nice and clearly for you.
Okay.
Blank draws deep on mythology while breaking new narrative and aesthetic ground and suggesting a bright blockbuster future for the franchise.
Oh. Okay. So could you repeat the first part of it?
Yeah, so blank draws deep on mythology while breaking new narrative and aesthetic ground. Is the first part.
Mythology. Okay. And you said franchise at the end, or
Yep, and suggesting a bright blockbuster future for the franchise.
okay. First thing I thought of with mythology was like
Mhm.
Thor, perhaps like one of
Okay.
the Thor movies. Is it
Okay.
any of the Thor movies?
It is not any of the Thor movies.
Okay. Okay. Is it a Marvel movie at all?
It's not a Marvel movie.
Ah. Okay. Mythology. Mythology. Let me think. I don't know why, but my head's gone to Dune
Okay,
or Dune Part 2. I'm guessing that's not right.
it's not right. Nope.
Nah. Okay. Okay.
Do you want any of your clues?
I'll take your first clue. Yeah.
Okay, so it was an 84% critic and an 87% audience score.
Oh, pretty positively received then.
Pretty good. And I'll give your letterbox score as well.
Okay.
Your letterbox score was 3 stars.
Oh, 3 stars. Okay. Now I need to think of, like, what have I given 3 stars? To a popular movie, Les Mis, but I don't think it's Les Mis.
a,
Uh,
a bright blockbuster future for the
yeah, yeah,
franchise.
okay.
Lame as.
Uh, I don't know why my head's gone to Blade Runner now.
It's not
I've given
Blade
3
Runner.
stars. And you said it wasn't a Marvel movie.
It's not a Marvel movie, no.
Is it a DC movie?
It's not a DC movie. I can give you a quote if you need.
Okay, let's have a quote.
The quote from the movie is, "Congratulations, you are being rescued. Please do not resist."
That sounds really familiar. Is it Blade Runner 2049? No, I gave that 4
No,
now.
no, no.
Oh, no. San Andreas?
It's not San
It's not
Andreas.
San Andreas.
Think
Oh,
franchises. Think franchises.
franchises. Okay. Or Star Wars?
Boom. Star Wars. Name a Star Wars movie.
Okay, if I give it 3, could be Force.
Mythology while breaking new narrative and aesthetic ground and suggesting a bright blockbuster future for the franchise.
So, movies for.
Critics and audiences both liked it.
Right, so it's not Last Jedi. So it's either Revenge of the Sith or Force Awakens. Is it Force Awakens?
It's not Force Awakens.
Is it Return of a Jedi?
It's not Return of the Jedi.
Is it Revenge of a Sith?
It's not Revenge of the
Wait,
Sith.
Rogue One.
It's Rogue One.
Rogue One.
Well done,
Yes.
Fergus.
Was the quote from the droid?
Yes. Where I can't remember the droid's name, but yeah, the big droid.
Yeah.
He's a funny little guy. 3
Yeah.
stars, Fergus.
That is shocking. That's why I ruled it out. I thought maybe 3.5. This podcast will prove I need to adjust some of my scores at least.
Yeah, I think I've got it as a 4. I remember really not liking it when I first watched it. And then on rewatch, it's just grown on me. Okay, are you ready for number 2?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
That wasn't too bad.
Blank ensnares audiences with a deceptively clever plot and a myriad of memorable, nasty set pieces, but its lofty ambitions are undercut by a nihilistic streak that feels more mean than profound.
Gangs of New York?
No, it's not Gangs of New York.
Okay, can I hear the clue one more time?
Yep, so the consensus is blank ensnares audiences with a deceptively clever plot and a myriad of memorable, nasty set pieces, but its lofty ambitions are undercut by a nihilistic streak that feels more mean than profound.
Joker.
It's not Joker.
Taxi Driver?
It's not Taxi Driver.
Okay, I'm thinking of like nasty set pieces. Like, I've seen nasty in like a good way, like they're intended to be nasty.
Yes, agreed.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Nasty set pieces. Like the Batman?
It's not the Batman.
Any of the Dark Knight films, maybe?
It's none of the Dark Knight films.
Okay. What has nasty set pieces? It?
It's not it.
I don't know why I went to it.
You're
on the brain
more
now.
on the lines with it than you have
With
been in
it.
your other guesses.
So kind of maybe horror or thriller?
It's horror.
Horror. Okay. Can I get the first clue?
Yes, you can. So it is a 50% critic
50%
and an 84% audience.
Okay, so critics hate it, audiences love it. Or critics don't hate
Pretty
it.
much.
but
Pretty
yeah.
much.
What'd I give it?
You gave it a 3 stars.
3 stars. For a horror movie.
I was very surprised to see this was 3 stars because I thought you liked this film a lot more.
Child's Play? I
It's
know we're
not
just talking
Child's
about that. A horror movie with nasty set pieces. A deceptively clever plot.
Yep. And a myriad of memorable nasty set pieces. But its lofty ambitions are undercut by a nihilistic streak that feels more mean than profound.
A nihilistic streak. X? I don't know why I'm thinking X. I know I give that 3.
Think, especially that last bit, it feels more mean than profound.
More mean. Okay.
Think about a film that people might take as it's got very mean intentions.
What's a mean horror movie? Like, what's that one? I know it's not gonna be it, but now I want to think what it is. It's Oh, what's that one? Uh, uh, no, I can't think what it's called. I'll skip it. I know it's not that.
Okay.
Could I get a quote?
The quote is, and you might get it from the quote. You might
Okay.
get it. I'm having a blast. This is the most fun I've had without lubricant.
Oh shit, that sounds really familiar
I'm
too.
having a blast. This is the most fun I've had without lubricant.
Lubricant. Oh, I give it 3 stars.
You give it 3 stars.
A horror movie.
I really want to do the quote in the guy's voice. Like he's got such a whiny voice in the movie.
Oh, go on, man.
He goes, I'm having a blast. This is the most fun I've had without lubricant.
Oh
He's got an
man, what
amazing
is
American
this?
accent.
Ah,
He's a very sarcastic character.
sarcastic character. Uh, could I get another clue, maybe?
It is part of a franchise, a horror franchise. It is the
Horror
first
franchise.
installment of this horror franchise.
Okay. First installment of horror franchise.
A lot of people love
So
it. A lot of people hate it because they think it's a mean movie.
sure. So it's not Scream.
It's not Scream.
It's not Nightmare on Elm Street. It's not Halloween. It's not Friday the 13th, maybe?
It's not Friday the 13th.
Not Friday the 13th. We know it's not Child's Play. So
We
what?
mentioned this franchise at the start of this video.
Okay. Okay. Now I'm thinking. Saw. It's Saw.
It's Saw.
Yes, Saw.
The first
Yes.
Saw movie. Well
I'll
done,
give it.
Fergus.
I'll give it 3. Yeah, I had it at 3.5 until I rewatched it.
I've got it as 4.5.
Really?
Yeah, I really love the first Saw movie.
Yeah, there are parts of it I like. I think it can drag a little, especially with like the cop subplot. I mean, that's every Saw movie, but
yeah, that's
yeah.
true. Lee Winnell done the quote. He's such a moaning faced.
Oh sure.
And
Yeah.
that film's so sarcastic and
Yeah,
just
I can picture it. He's like chained to the wall. Yeah.
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 Okay, are you ready for number 3?
Yep. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, this is a much shorter critic consensus.
Mhm.
So, when the novelty of the CGI wears off, what's left is a simplistic kiddie movie.
Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
No.
Jurassic World.
No.
Okay, so it's got good CGI. You would say.
I
Or
wouldn't. I wouldn't.
at the
say,
time, it
but
had good
at
CGI,
the time, I guess it could be considered as fairly okay CGI, but
and a kiddies
critics
movie.
seem to like the CGI for some reason.
Is it a Star Wars movie again?
It's not a Star Wars
Not one of
movie.
the prequels. No.
Nope.
Is it Disney live action like Lion King, for example?
No.
Okay. So the novelty of the CGI, if you get rid of that, it's a kids movie. The Mummy, perhaps.
No, it's a kids movie anyway, even with the CGI.
Sure.
It's still
Okay.
definitely a kids film.
That's kind of why I
Um,
went to the Mummy. Era. Is it
think
like a Marvel or DC movie?
think even more kiddie than like Marvel.
More
It's
kiddie than Marvel. Oh, a
even
lot of people would say you can't get kiddier than Marvel.
it's a movie specifically aimed at children.
Okay. Specifically, so like the Minions.
That kind of level of
Sure.
movie.
Sure. Okay. Could I get the first clue?
Yep. So it had a 14% critic score and a 38% audience score.
Yikes. Okay. 13% critics.
14% critic and 38%
14.
audience.
Okay.
Not that it makes much difference between 30
No,
and
not really. I get the kind of consensus. Yeah. Okay. Could I get what I've rated it?
You give it a 1 star.
1 star. Oh no. I give so many movies 1 star that I haven't seen in like years.
This one did have a written review on your letterbox, so I assumed you'd maybe seen it a little bit more recent than some others.
Yeah, I must have watched in like the past year then. Okay. 1 star. What 1 star movies I watched in the past year? I think I need the third clue, Jack.
So the quote from the movie is, "If I didn't have a box over my head, I'd be humiliated."
Is it like the Boss Baby?
It's not The Boss Baby.
A box over my head. Oh god. I don't know why I said that as if I've watched the Boss Baby in the last year.
I can give you a 4th clue if you
Okay.
need.
Okay.
Think live action film with CGI characters.
Live action film CGI characters that I've watched in the past year and gave 1 star. Is Brendan Fraser in it?
No, Brendan Fraser's not in it.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'll give you another clue.
Okay, you're being generous.
I'm being very. I need to stop being so generous. A recent addition to a movie starring this characters came out really recently.
Movie I'm starting to feel how you felt last week when I'm going like,
Yeah,
"This is the best movie with this character," and it's like Spider-Verse that you
This
haven't
is me
seen.
getting my own back, Fergus.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? So a movie of these characters came out recently. How
Yep,
recently? Like this year?
very recently.
Like in the past few weeks,
Yeah,
perhaps. Oh shoot! I was looking at my. That's not Planet of the Apes, is it?
it's not Planet of the Apes. No.
Okay, that's a relief. Um. Oh my god, why am I struggling with this? I can't tell why I'm struggling with this. Now I'm
it's one
thinking
of
of If for some reason. I just
it's
know
not
it's not gonna be
it's not
If.
if the one that came out recently
Uh huh.
is not live action. It's fully animated.
Is it like one of those King Kong or Godzilla movies?
Nope.
That's not fully animated anyway, so I don't know why I said that. I feel so embarrassed.
I'm trying to think. I can give you an actor
Okay,
that
okay,
stars in it.
that might
Bill
help.
Murray.
Bill Murray. Oh my god, what? Ghostbusters? Is it
It's,
a
no,
Ghostbusters
it's
movie?
not.
It could be Ghostbusters Afterlife, for
Think
example.
where Bill Murray plays an animated character in a live
Garfield.
action.
Oh my god, Garfield! It's Garfield the movie! It's the Garfield movie!
It's
Yes!
Garfield the movie, Fergus. Which
Oh!
I was so upset that you gave 1 star.
Listen, if you were asking me 16 years ago, I would have given it 5.
Oh, it's a great movie. Love it.
I mean,
Um.
better than A Tale of Two Kitties. I'll say that
Oh
much.
yeah, Billy Connolly's in that movie. I'm like,
Yeah, he gets his balls bitten off by a dog.
what are you doing here? You're better than this.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready for number 4?
Yeah, far
Okay.
away.
Thanks to the imaginative vision, Blank is a smartly crafted combination of spectacular action and groundbreaking special effects.
You know what my takeaway is here?
Mm.
The critics need to be a lot more specific, I think. They need to say character names and all this.
Yeah.
Okay, what did you say it was? Groundbreaking effects.
Thanks to the imaginative vision,
Imaginative
Blank
vision.
is a smartly crafted combination of spectacular action and groundbreaking special effects.
Spectacular action. So, is it like Guardians of the Galaxy 3?
Nope.
I was thinking? Okay, is it any
Groundbreaking special effects. Think
Sure.
that. It
So,
was
like,
big for its time.
big first time. Pirates of the Caribbean is what I'm thinking of.
Mm-mm.
Like, the second one maybe with Bill Nye, but I'm
It's
guessing not then.
not any of the pirate movies.
Okay. Am I, like, along the right lines with that?
No.
Shit, okay. Oh, is it another Star Wars?
It's not another Star Wars movie.
Another Marvel movie?
Nope.
Another DC movie?
It's not. No.
Okay, okay. What's the critic scores?
So it got an 83% critic score and an
83%.
85% audience score.
Okay, so generally really liked.
Yep.
Okay. What did I give it?
3.5.
3.5. Okay. These are a lot of films that I've rated really low, Jack.
Yeah,
Or not really low, but
we've got 2 in a row that are very highly rated next. So
okay. Okay.
we'll hopefully get them.
Right. I've given it 3.5. It's really well liked. Groundbreaking effects. Could I get the quote?
The quote is, "You have to let it all go. Fear, doubt, and disbelief. Free your mind."
I'm thinking of Nightmare on Elm Street.
It's not Nightmare on Elm Street.
Let go of fear. Oh my god. I don't know why I'm struggling so badly with this. I came into this thing, I'm gonna get all these, and I'm having a really hard time.
I'm so glad you're
An
struggling. I was
action
so
movie.
worried you would get these too easily.
If this is meant to be the easier one, I don't know what else you were planning.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
The Meg?
It's not the Meg.
Uh, Jurassic Park, any of them?
Nope.
Oh, I would've given that higher than 3.5.
Think generic 90s movie. Like
The
the
Matrix.
it is the Matrix. Well done.
Matrix, yes!
It is the Matrix.
As soon as you said generic 90s movie,
Like
yeah,
the movie you think of when you think of the 90s.
sure.
Okay.
You did a video on The Matrix, didn't you?
I did do a video on the
Yeah, I
Matrix.
watched it.
It's thank you. It's a franchise that I'll probably never go back to in my life.
Sure. Yeah.
It was better than I've done 3 videos on franchises: Twilight, 50 Shades of Grey, and The Matrix. Matrix is the best of a bad bunch.
Are you sure? I mean, we're talking about 50 Shades of Grey every week, seeing that in 4DX or whatever.
Yeah, I wanted to die while watching
No,
50 Shades
like,
movies.
you had fun with it, didn't you? You enjoyed it, really, deep down.
I enjoyed the video I made from it more than any of the movies that I
No,
actually
but,
watched.
like, on a spiritual level, you probably really connected with it, really.
No.
Oh, okay, well, you say that, but
I'm hoping to do more of those videos because those are so fun. They take a lot of time to make because obviously I need a full day of
sure.
recording and just like
And
spend
also, like,
the full day.
films you haven't seen as well.
Well, the next one I'm planning on doing is Lord of the Rings.
Oh, okay.
Just
Yeah,
because
you
I
said
really
that.
want to do all of them in one day,
Mhm,
like extended cuts. But that's going to be hefty. I'm
mhm,
going to get up at like 8 a.m. and I won't be done till like 10 p.m.
mhm.
Like it's going to be a hefty day. But I'm looking forward to doing that. So hopefully that's the next one. And I'm probably going to do The Hobbit after that.
Have you
Even
seen
though
any of them?
The Hobbit,
Yeah.
yeah, I've seen them all.
Oh, I've not gotten to them yet.
Yeah, they're all right. The first 2 are fine. The third one's not the best.
Mm,
It honestly just feels like bad Lord of the Rings.
sure.
It almost feels like a Lord of the Rings knockoff in places.
Mm.
Like Peter Jackson's like mocking his own style. Yeah, it's they're not great, but I've heard the extended cuts of them are better, so
Okay,
I'm hoping to
I'll
get
I'll
it.
keep that in mind.
Okay, number 5.
Number 5.
Blank is faithful to its source material, which
Okay.
unfortunately makes it less than a compelling feature film.
Ooh, okay. So source material, that's gonna be like a book or another film or
So
whatever.
it says it's faithful to its source material, but that it makes it unfortunately a less than compelling feature film.
Okay, so my 2 thoughts are either it's gonna be a reboot of a movie that already wasn't that great anyway,
Mm-hmm.
or it's based on, like, a book
Okay.
or a video game, maybe. Oh, it could be based on a video game. Is it based on a video game?
It is not. I've never seen this movie. But to the best of my knowledge, it's not based on. I think it's based on a book
Okay,
or
based on a book.
or a TV show.
Okay. Okay.
It's like a movie spin-off, but I'm not. Do not quote me on this.
Alright. So could be in the loop.
It's not in the loop,
It's not in the
sadly.
loop, okay. Uh, is it, like, based on a Roald Dahl book? Like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, maybe?
No,
No, you'll have seen
as far as
Charlie.
I'm aware, Roald Dahl did not write this.
Okay. Well, I mean, you've not read Fantastic Mr. Fox, so
That is true. That is true.
uh, okay. Could I get the critics' audience scores?
Yep. So it's a 55% critic score and
Hmm.
a 42% audience score.
Oh, so the audience like to listen to critics.
Yep.
It doesn't happen often. Okay. What'd I give it?
You give it a 5 stars.
5 stars. That's mental. Oh, maybe it's one of them times where I give it, like, an ironic 5 stars. Like, I'm thinking Diary of a Wimpy Kid, Roderick Rules.
It's
Oh,
not
that's not
Diary
ironic.
of a Wimpy Kid, Roderick Rules. And I was
Is
going
it?
to say that's not ironic.
No, of course I love I genuinely do love it. Have you seen the Diary of a Wimpy Kid films?
I've seen the first one.
Do you like the dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the best character.
Yeah, that was another one I'm thinking about doing, all the Diary of a Wimpy Kid movies in
Sure.
24 hours. And
Oh,
that'd
but
be
you'd have
fun.
to watch The Long Haul, but
Yeah, and the
uh,
new one, I've heard the new one's not great, like the animated one.
sure. I watched the first animated one, not good. No.
No,
Okay. So, Mr. Bean's Holiday?
it's not Mr. Bean's Holiday.
I'm thinking for all my 5 stars that aren't generally very well liked. George of the Jungle.
It's George of the Jungle.
Okay, it's based on a cartoon from like way in the past that had like barely any episodes.
Okay,
So
yeah.
it's kind of weird that they made that movie, but
I thought it was going to be like a TV show or something, like, or a book. I feel like it could have been a book.
when we watched the movie, the intro is based on like the cartoon intro, I think.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it's like
That's so
animated.
weird how they're paying homage to a show that nobody watched.
Yeah, it's a cartoon that's like taking the piss out of Tarzan, and then they
Yeah,
they made it into a movie.
that's so random. Okay.
Mm.
The quote, by the way, was, "Don't worry, nobody dies in this story. They just get really big boo-boos."
Yeah, I would have got it from it.
Yeah,
That would have been instant.
I thought so. Okay, number 6. On paper, blank might seem like I totally messed up what I was saying there. Let
Oh
me
no.
try again, Fergus. Take 2.
Okay.
On paper, blank might seem excessively broad or sentimental, but the characters shine so brightly that the end result is difficult to resist.
Okay. Sentimental. What did I give this? Oh no, what did critics give this?
A 70% critic and a 77% audience.
Okay. Because you said before this is one I rated quite highly.
Yep.
So okay. What did I rate it?
You gave it 5 stars.
5 stars. Okay. Synecdoche?
It's not Synecdoche.
Anomalisa.
It's not Anomalisa.
So films that are sentimental that I gave 5 stars.
Yep.
Eternal Sunshine?
It's not Eternal Sunshine. So on paper, blank might seem excessively broad or sentimental, but the characters shine so brightly that the end result is difficult to resist.
The character. Okay, so the character in the movie I've given 5 stars. Let me look at my Blu-ray collection.
Is that cheating?
No. Trainspotting?
You didn't let me look at my letterbox in the last one.
Not true. Okay. No, it's not even there. It's not even there.
It's not
Trainspotting.
Trainspotting, by the way.
Shaun of the Dead?
Nope.
Hot Fuzz?
Nope.
World's End?
Nope.
Lord of the Rings? Like the 5th one? The 3rd one. Yeah.
No.
Okay.
It's none of the Lord of the Rings movies.
In Bruges?
Nope. You're just going through all your 5 stars.
Yeah, basically. Banshees of Inisherin.
I honestly didn't expect this to be 5 stars from you. I was
Really?
surprised to see it was 5 stars.
Okay.
And I clicked on the review, and the review was 4.5. But you must have
Sure,
since
so
rated it a 5.
Okay. What films have I done that to?
I can give you a quote if you need.
Yeah, the quote.
Did you ever wish that sometimes you could freeze frame a single moment in your life, look at it and say, "This is not my life"? I almost went into an
Oh my
impression
God.
of him there. I need to stop
Oh
doing
my god. That sounds so familiar.
I'll read it one more time because I kind of butchered it. Did you ever wish that sometimes you can freeze frame a single moment in your day, look at it and say, "This is not my life"?
That sounds so familiar. And you've seen this, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Many times.
Many times.
It's one
Did
of
you
my.
give it a 5?
Yeah, I've got it as a 5.
Is it in your top 10?
No, but it's definitely, if I were to do a top 50, it'd be there.
Okay. Truman Show?
No.
Freeze frame a moment. Oof. I was thinking La La Land, but I gave that 5 and put it to 4.5, and that's the other way around.
It's not La La Land. That's definitely got a higher than a 70% critic.
Yeah, sure. Movies that you've seen. Oh.
Yeah, I know they're it's rare.
No, yeah, you're never watching films these days.
I'm trying to think of another clue that I could give you.
It'd be appreciated, yeah.
I'm trying to think of one that, because I've got so many in my head that will give it away like immediately. I'm trying to think of one.
That freeze frame a moment thing sounds familiar.
The main character in this film does a very iconic voice. They have a very iconic voice.
Is it like a biopic?
It's not a biopic, no.
Okay.
But if you were to hear this voice, you would immediately associate it with the character.
Who has an iconic voice? Like,
it's the actor's putting on a voice in the movie.
oh, okay.
It's not the
Uh,
actor's voice.
I've just gone to the Grinch for some reason.
It's not the Grinch.
Okay. We're putting on a voice.
Hmm?
We're putting on a voice, and I've given us 5 stars.
Yes, you give it 5 stars. Stop cheating.
Sorry.
I don't even think it's there. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay. Barbie?
No, not Barbie.
Damn it. Damn it.
The lead actor
Mm-hmm.
in this movie is one of the biggest comedians of all time.
Biggest comedians of all time. Jerry Seinfeld. Is it the Pop Tarts movie?
It's B movie. No, I'm kidding.
Oh! And I'm thinking on paper it's sentimental. Biggest comedian.
I
Am I
feel
being
like
an idiot?
it's the type of film that if it wasn't handled right, could be so over the top sentimental.
Sure.
Especially the ending. Like the ending, it ends very realistically rather than happily. If that makes sense.
Is it Bo Burnham inside?
No, it's not Bo
Oh.
Burnham. It's a happy ending, but a lot of movies would have treated this ending in a different way and made it happier.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Biggest comedians. I thought I had it with Bo Burnham.
One of the biggest comedians of all time, and he also done dramatic roles as well.
Jim Carrey.
No. Played a very iconic animated character.
Oh, I know loads of animated characters. Like Mickey Mouse.
No.
Bugs Bunny.
No. A very
Brendan
iconic,
Fraser.
I don't want to just tell you the actor's name. I'm trying to give you little clues. A very iconic animated character from the movie Aladdin.
Oh, Robin Williams. Okay, Robin Williams.
It's a Robin Williams movie.
Okay, okay, this is looking good. So 1v1 hour photo.
It's not 1 hour full. It
Yep.
might seem excessively broad or sentimental,
It's
but
not
the
Good Will
character
Hunting,
shines
is it?
so brightly that the end result is difficult to resist.
Mrs. Doubtfire.
It is Mrs.
Mrs.
Doubtfire.
Doubtfire. Oh my god, that took so long. Yeah, I put the 5 like really recently because I looked and I was like, why wouldn't I have this at 5? It was like my favorite movie as a kid.
It used to be a 4.5 for me too, surprisingly. And then I looked at it and was like, this should be a 5. Same with School of Rock, actually.
Yeah, School of Rocks.
I looked at that recently, it was 4.5, and I was like, why is this not a 5? It's such a great movie.
Yeah, School of Rocks. Legendary.
But I
yeah,
love
I love
Mrs.
Mrs.
Doubtfire so much. It's such a good film. Okay, number 7.
God,
Rather
we're really
quaint-
making record pace here, aren't we?
and I was worried about it was going to go too quickly. Rather quaint by today's standards, Blank still has its share of surprises and a 70s holdover aesthetic to slightly compel.
The Holdovers.
No. That would have been good. That would have been good.
If you accidentally just said the name of a movie.
Rather quaint by today's standards, Blank still has its share of surprises and a 70s holdover aesthetic to slightly compel.
So, I'm guessing it's from the 70s then.
Well, here's the thing. I was surprised with this. It's an 80s movie.
80s, okay.
But it feels, I get what they're saying, it feels very 70s.
Sure. What did the critics give it?
Critics gave it a 66% and the audience gave it a 60%.
Okay. For some reason, I'm thinking The King of Comedy, because that's the 80s, and it came out in the 70s.
not
Or
King of
it feels
Comedy.
like 70s. Okay. What did I give it?
A 2 stars.
Whoa, from the 80s. Okay.
Very, very early 80s.
Blade Runner?
No.
If anyone doesn't know, I hate Blade Runner, by the way. I know
Yeah.
a lot of people will be disappointed by this, probably.
I really enjoy Blade Runner.
I can feel my letterbox filling, just dripping away now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're a letterbox user that doesn't like Blade Runner, Fergus?
I know,
How dare
kill me.
You're going to get kicked out of university if anyone hears about this.
Gonna get kicked out of the Popcorn Podcast, possibly. No, I love 2049, man.
I've not seen it yet.
Should.
I know I really should. I was going to say, I'm not going to kick you out of the Popcorn Podcast. I don't love it. I think it's a good film.
Yeah. I mean, if I said about like the Karate Kid, I'd be gone. Yeah. So
Leave. Get out. If anyone doesn't know, Fergus played a little prank on me recently. He watched the Karate Kid and then rated it half a star. Said it was the
Yeah.
worst movie ever made.
Yeah, it is. It's so bad. I hated it. Not even like a good performance.
So I
Like
guess
the old
my
man was
finger is
really
on the button to kick you.
the old man, horrible character. Hated the old man. Sorry.
Right.
Right.
Let's
Okay.
go back to you failing at my quiz.
Oh yeah, sure. Okay.
Do
What's
you want a
the
quote?
quote? Yes,
Yep.
please.
So the quote is, "You're doomed. You're all doomed."
Is that the whole quote?
Yep.
Who says it?
An old guy. I can't remember his name. It's been a
Oh,
while since I've seen this film. He's
okay.
like,
If I
"You're
get it,
doomed. You're all doomed."
I feel like it's from like a horror franchise or something. If it's
Yep.
from the 80s.
And it's a horror franchise that we've mentioned in this video already.
Okay. Is it? Oh, I know what it is. It's Friday the 13th.
It's the first Friday the 13th. Yeah.
I hate that movie. Well, I don't hate it, but I think
I quite
it's
like it.
it's quaint by today's standards, I would say.
Yeah.
No,
Did you write this, Fergus?
yeah, I did actually. I've worked at Rotten Tomatoes, so I've actually known all these the whole time.
Just playing it off like you don't know them.
One thing I don't like about that movie, and it was a thing I brought up similar with Old Boy, is when they kill the snake. But I think it's arguably worse with Friday the 13th with the snake because I'm pretty sure we didn't tell the owner that we were going to kill it or anything.
Oh, that's not
Yeah.
good. But yeah, I quite like it. I think it's a good. It's not great. It's a decent
Mm.
movie.
Surprised it's
Definitely
spawned so many sequels.
Out of all like the big horror franchises, Friday the 13th is definitely my least favorite like first installment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm surprised it got so many sequels too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's do number 8. Disturbing and thought-provoking. Blank is a cold dystopian nightmare with a very dark sense of humor.
Cold dystopian nightmare. The Lobster?
Nope.
Dogtooth?
Nope.
Shit. Killing of a Sacred Deer?
Nope.
I'm just thinking like Yorgos Lanthimos does like quite dark comedies,
Sure.
like very dark.
Disturbing and thought-provoking is a
Disturbing,
big bit of that.
thought-provoking.
And there's a
Okay,
very, very dark sense of humor.
that's what I'm
Like
thinking. Yorgos Lanthimos.
maybe one of the darkest sense of humor in any movie ever.
Have you seen it?
Yes.
Okay, darkest sense of humor ever. I don't know why I thought of like House of a Thousand Corpses. I'm assuming
Nope.
it's not that.
It's not that.
What did the critics give it?
Critics gave it an 87% and the audience gave it a 93%.
Okay, what'd I give it?
5 stars.
5 star. Okay, that narrows it down immediately. Perfect. Only like 60 movies to go through then. Okay.
Go through the same ones that you've been through just about
Oldboy?
5 minutes ago. It's not Oldboy.
You said it was dystopian.
Yeah, Blank is a cold dystopian nightmare.
Okay. Grand Budapest Hotel sounds about right.
It's not Grand Budapest.
Black
Think
Swan?
darker, dark movie.
Dark. And you've seen it.
Maybe one of the most disturbing films ever made.
I give it 5. Wow.
Yep.
Okay. Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Nope.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Nope. Do you want a quote?
I'd love a quote.
The quote is, "No time for the old in and out, love. I've just come to read the meeting."
Yeah, Clockwork Orange.
It's a
A
Clockwork Orange.
One that you wouldn't give a 5 to, is it?
No, I've got it at
No.
3.5. Probably
Mm.
leaning on a 3.
Oh, come on now.
It's such a... It's a difficult movie. Do you know, I was actually looking at your letterbox to do this, and I saw there was a few films where, and especially one, I think it's called A Ghost Story,
A ghost story.
that you just didn't give a rating to because you couldn't work out a rating for it.
Yeah, I tried
I'm
so
like
hard.
that with A Clockwork Orange, I think. I'm
Mm.
like, it's a film that I can appreciate,
Mm.
but I will never choose to watch it, ever.
Sure.
It's
Yeah,
just...
okay, I can respect
I
that.
felt ill after I watched A Clockwork Orange. It's
Fair
like
enough.
one of the only films that had like it gave me a physical reaction. I felt sick.
And I watched that on a plane as well.
Did you?
Yeah. I think I mentioned that last week, yeah.
No, I'd hate that. That sounds horrible.
Better than Call Me By Your Name, surely.
Yeah, true. But I needed, after I watched A Clockwork Orange, I needed to go outside for fresh air. Like, you
Mm,
can't do that on a plane.
no. Well, you could, but
Yeah, you
there'd
could,
be
but
pretty
yeah,
bad
that'd be
consequences
the
for it.
last movie you ever watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just such a. Like, I'm in two minds about it, because one mind, like, it's far too disturbing for me, and it
Mm,
gave me a physical sick reaction. But the other mind, I'm like, that was what it was trying to do. It
mm,
effectively done it.
mm,
Like, so I'm like, it done its job, but I don't like what it done. So I'm like back and forth.
sure.
It's a beautifully made movie. Like, it looks amazing.
Yeah. I love the kind of aesthetic of it. Like the bit where they're walking down by the river or whatever. You know when he like
Yeah,
pushes them on. Yeah, I
yeah,
love
Devil,
that scene. It looks
Devil.
so good.
It's Kubrick. He's one of the best.
There's like a sex scene as well where it's really sped up,
Yeah,
like
it's an
Beethoven.
odd film.
Yeah.
Okay, number 9.
Number 9.
Led by an outstanding lead performance,
Okay.
Blank lives up to its title with an expertly calibrated assault on the senses.
Mandy.
No.
Assault on the Senses.
Yep.
Okay. With a really good lead performance.
And it lives up to its title.
Ooh. Ooh. Love Lies Bleeding.
Nope.
Lives up to its title. So, I mean, avid Popcorn Podcast viewers will remember my funny joke last week where I said the women in Little Women were not very little.
Yes.
This is
Yep.
like the inverse of that, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's an
Exactly.
accurate
Except
title.
I didn't write this.
Okay. Oh yeah, true. True. Yeah, I did remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh. Okay. So lead
Funny right now if
performance.
you're not joking and you actually have a job at Rotten
Oh
Tomatoes.
yeah, no. I mean, I work at HQ. I'm like a
Oh,
janitor, but
sure, sure.
I get to like give my voice sometimes. You know.
You invented the website.
I did actually. Yeah, I did. Sold it for $5,000.
Oh, that's not a good deal.
No, it's like Breaking Bad, isn't it?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Anyway. Lead performance is really good.
Yep, an outstanding lead
Outstanding.
performance.
Outstanding. Like Oscar winning.
Bear with.
Okay.
I don't think so, but definitely nominated.
Sure. Okay.
Do you want the critic and audience?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Critic is 93 and
93.
audience is 86.
It's a very positively received movie. What I go?
She
Oh,
she did win Best Actress.
she did. Okay. What I
And
go?
you give it a 5.
5. Okay. that again narrows things down. Oh, I know.
Yep.
Black Swan.
No. Yeah, I love the ones where you're so confident. I had a few of them in the last video. Where I'm like, I know it, and then it's just wrong.
Yeah. The difference is I've seen all these, so I should be getting them a lot faster.
Do you want a quote?
I'd love a quote.
The quote is, "Every rejection, every disappointment has led you to this moment. Don't let anything distract you from it."
I know that quote. I know that one. Let me just give me a second to flick through all my 5 stars. Every rejection. Oh, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
No.
Ah. Oh, and the lead performance is woman.
Yes. It's a female lead performance.
Labored?
Nope. I just looked up. It won 7 Oscars.
7. So it's not Barbie.
Nope.
It's not Poor Things.
Nope.
Wish it was. That would have been a good shout though, because she won. Rightfully so.
I can
My
give you
hot take.
another clue, but it'll just give it away.
Oh, don't give it away. I can
Okay.
get this. I can get
Okay.
this.
Okay.
I just the Harry Hill movie. No,
Yeah.
Harry
No.
Hill's the main character, so no. Funny Games.
Nope.
Could you give me like what year did it come out? What year did it come out? That'd help.
2022.
So After Sun, Puss in Boots: The Last Wish. I'm just thinking about my 5 stars from that year.
I
2022
think,
is.
I think it was 2022. See if I'm wrong, I'll be so embarrassed.
Mm,
Yeah, 2022.
okay. Everything Ever All at Once.
It is Everything Ever
Yes.
All at Once.
Oh, I
You
should have
got
gotten
it. I
that
was
so
going to
much
say,
quicker.
as my other clue, I was going to say the lead character played a Bond girl.
I still wouldn't have gotten it, Jack.
Would you have not?
No, you know how my knowledge of the Bond franchise is.
True. She was in Tomorrow Never Dies.
Okay.
Okay, number 10, because we've got 30 to go through, and we've only done 10, so we better start
Shit. Yeah,
speeding this
probably.
up.
Okay.
Admirable for its originality and ambition, even when it's I can't speak, Fergus. Admirable for its originality and ambition, even when it's. I think I've wrote this wrong. Hold on. This isn't English. Hold on. Oh, I just can't read. It is written correctly. But
Okay.
I was gonna say it's not me that's wrote it wrong. It's Rotten Tomatoes because I copy and pasted these from their website. Admirable for its originality and ambition, even when its reach exceeds its grasp. Blank adds Spielbergian spectacle to this director's growing arsenal.
Okay. So admirable
Yeah, it's
admirable for what again?
originality and ambition,
Originality and ambition.
even when
Okay.
its reach exceeds its grasp.
Okay.
Blank adds Spielbergian spectacle to this director's growing arsenal.
Director's growing arsenal. So that makes me think it's a director that's still working right now.
Yep, and he's
And they're
not done a lot.
okay. Taika Waititi?
No.
Nah, he's done quite a bit anyway. Um, I don't know why the director of that movie, All of Us Strangers comes to mind. It was Andrew Haig that done that.
It's not him.
Not him. Paul King?
Nope.
Oh, that would have been good. Spielbergian. So I was going to say Jonathan Glazer, but I wouldn't say his films are entirely
Yep.
Spielbergian. Because when I
Spielbergian's-
picture Spielbergian, that's like Jurassic Park, Jaws, kind of blockbusters, family
Think Jaws.
entertainment.
Kind of
Jaws, okay.
Spielbergian. I'm not meaning like it's not like the Meg or something. But
Oh,
like in
damn.
terms of suspense,
In terms of suspense.
Jaws creates. It's a very similar movie.
Okay. What did the critics give it?
Critics gave it an 83 and
83.
audiences gave it a 69.
Okay.
I knew you were going to laugh at that. I wanted to change it to 68. Just
I wouldn't have known any better, but you had a choice.
True.
What did I give it?
A 4 stars.
4 stars. Okay. Can I get the quote?
What's a bad miracle?
Ah, Bad Miracle. Okay. That is a I know that. I know a Bad Miracle thing. Oh no. I was thinking about this recently. Bad Miracle.
I'll give you another clue. I didn't love the movie.
You didn't love the movie.
No. I think I'll give it a 3.
Free. Okay. I'm thinking about that Bad Miracle because I know that line so well. But what could that be from? What could that be from? Oh, Bad Miracle. What year does it come? Or decade?
Oh, you want a decade? You want a
Yeah.
year?
Decades.
2020s.
2020s. And I give it 4. That's about Bad Miracle.
Yeah, I didn't love the movie. I think I wrote in my review that it was a very pointless feeling film.
Okay, and I give it 4.
It was like big build up to nothing, kind of.
Sure.
I said it like it didn't. I don't want to give too much away, but it created this thing, and then they never explained the thing. And I hate when movies do that. They just kind of left it open to interpretation.
Okay. Bad Miracle. I'm caught on this Bad Miracle thing because I know it from somewhere.
This is when I tell you the movie and you're like, oh, I wouldn't have never have got that. It's
No,
really frustrating you.
Bad Miracle. I almost want you to tell me, but I know that line, and I'm trying to think. What's a bad miracle? Oh, what is it, Jack? What is it?
I give you. Do you want me to give you another clue?
Give me another clue.
It's from a director who done 2 horror films in the past, say, 15, 10,
Got
10,
it.
15 years.
I've
Yeah.
got it. It's Nope.
It is Nope.
Yes.
Is that what? Did
that's
you think that quote?
yeah, that is
Is that where you thought the quote was from?
that. Yeah, it's come to me now. Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Good movie, by the way.
Nah, it's not great.
Okay.
I was intrigued at the start. Like I was like, oh, this is intriguing, and then it just like does nothing with it.
Well, I think it's quite good. It's like a commentary on animal exploitation and all this. But
I guess, but
do you
in
not like
terms of like
the Gordy
horror,
scenes?
it's
There is
not
some
great.
really good horror in it. What about the Gordy bit?
No, no, I wasn't scared at all during it.
And like the bit where like the blood rain.
Nah, it's nah. I didn't love it.
Okay. Well, have you seen Jordan Peele's other films?
I've seen Get Out.
You like it?
I like Get Out. Again,
Yeah.
I don't love it, but
Sure. Okay.
I like it. I think I've got it at 4 stars.
Okay. I think I must be the Jordan Peele fan, man.
Yeah, I've not seen Us, but I've heard mixed things about Us.
I like Us. That's good.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
I might check it out. Okay, number 11. While it can take pride in its visual achievements, Blank is a by the numbers regurgitation that lacks energy and heart, though for some fans that may just be enough.
What was the first few words?
While it can take pride in its visual achievements.
Visual achievements. The Lion King 2019.
It is The Lion King 2019.
Yes! Oh, finally. Finally.
A 52% critic, an
Mental.
88% audience score.
That is mental. I get half
You
star.
gave it half a star.
Yeah, I
And the
already
quote
know
I
that.
had was, "This is my kingdom, my destiny."
And they're making a sequel to it.
Mufasa.
Yeah, who cares? Like, who wanted to see this?
No one's go- well, it's not the first one, but the 2019 one's one of the highest grossing movies ever.
Yeah.
I'm like, no one's going to go see Mufasa. Like,
No, absolutely not.
I don't think anyone's going to actually go watch this thing.
I've been invited in a trailer like the plague, but I was
I've
forced
watched
to
the
sit
trailer.
through it when I saw Planet of the Apes the other week. And I
Yeah.
noticed Timon and Pumbaa show up and like, what? So are they just gonna be Mufasa's like old pals all along? Is that what's happening here?
Probably. It doesn't look great.
Mm.
Okay. Number 12. Blank tries hard to dazzle the audience with a sense of wonder, but at the expense of its complex subjects, far more intriguing real life story.
Okay, so it's based on like a true story.
Yep.
So it's a biopic.
Yep. It tries hard to dazzle the audience with a sense of wonder, but that's at the expense of its complex subjects, intriguing life story.
Rocketman?
No. That's a
Bohemian
good
Rhapsody.
answer, by the way. That was a good answer. It's not Bohemian Rhapsody.
See, now I'm just going for all these biopics.
It's not a musical biopic.
Walk the Line.
It's not a musician biopic.
Musician. Okay.
It's not a musician.
Not musician. Okay. Oppenheimer just came to head for some reason.
It's not Oppenheimer.
I was gonna say Tar as well, but that's not even based on a real person. Maestro? Oh no, that's music as well. Okay. What's the audience score and critic score?
Critic is 57%, and audience is 86.
Okay. I was gonna ask if I've seen this, but obviously I have. Otherwise, you wouldn't be asking me.
I have seen.
I don't know what's going through my head today, Jack.
You gave it 2.5.
Ooh, 2.5. Okay. Could I get a quote?
Yep. Hyperbole isn't the worst crime. Men suffer more from imagining too little than too much.
Okay. Okay. Right. Let me think of this. It's based on a real person.
Yep.
And it's like the real story.
From what I heard, very loosely based on the real person's life.
Sure. Okay.
I think that was a big controversy when it came out. It's like it paints the lead character in a much better light than he was in real life.
Sure, okay. That's making me think of Wolf of Wall Street.
No, it's not Wolf of Wall Street.
I hate
And
movies like that, by the way. Wolf of Wall
critics
Street doesn't do it, but
critics didn't like it much. Audiences loved it.
audiences loved it. Circle back to Bohemian Rhapsody now.
No, sadly not.
Have you got another clue for me? Like maybe what kind of person this
The
was?
lead actor in it played a big superhero role in another movie.
Okay. A big superhero role.
Yep.
Okay, so Christian Bale's done stuff, and he's Batman.
It's not Christian
It's
Bale.
not Christian Bale. Okay, like the main superhero in their film. Would you
I would
say?
say so, yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of heroes in this film, in these films, but I would
These
say he's the main
films.
one.
Okay, so Suicide Squad maybe?
No.
He's the main one.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I need to stop saying he and she.
Mhm. Uh, Justice League? Like Ben
Mm.
Affleck, Argo.
No.
Oh, damn it. That would have been a good guess, I think.
That is a good guess, but it's not. I'll give you another clue. The movie's a musical.
It's a musical, but
Yep.
it's not based on a musician.
Nope.
And it's biopic that I didn't like very much.
Nope. I liked it. I gave it 4.
You liked it. Okay. You like a lot of biopics, to be fair.
I'm the kind of sucker for this kind of movie.
Sure. Okay.
It's not great by any means. Like I can see it's not great, but I kind of love it.
Okay.
And a lot of people loved it.
Uh,
Like it was the biggest movie for a while. Not in terms of grossing, but in terms of popularity. It was like such a big thing.
Sure. What are popular movies? Twilight's pretty popular sometimes.
Yeah,
We
that's not
learned
based.
last week.
That's not
It's not
based on a
musical
real
at
person.
all, but can I get another clue, maybe?
They're the second lead. Two of the other leads in the movie, not the main guy that I've already said. Two of the other leads in the film are both ex-Disney child stars.
So Disney child stars. Zendaya was.
Yes, Zendaya is one of them.
I know this movie. It's The Greatest Showman.
It is The Greatest Showman.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Wolverine, Hugh Jackman. Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Zac
Yeah.
Efron.
In 17 again.
It's one of those
What?
films where it's a 57% critic, and I disagree with that because obviously I like the movie, but it's consensus I could not agree with more.
Sure. Yeah. Sure.
Like it tries to dazzle the audience with a sense of wonder, but at the expense of the complex subjects, far more intriguing real life story.
Yeah.
Because P.T. Barnum was not a good man.
No, not at all.
And the movie paints him as some kind of hero.
Yeah, yeah. Like some kind of magician or whatever, yeah.
Yep.
No.
Okay. Number 13. In some respects, Blank is a marginal improvement over previous installments, although this in no way qualifies as a recommendation.
Okay. That's a bit snarky, Rotten Tomatoes. Jeez.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, a bad franchise, I'm thinking Jurassic World.
It's not Jurassic World.
Do you like Jurassic World?
I like them fine.
Okay.
I think I've
Yeah, I
got
was
them
just
both
wondering.
actually at a 3.5.
Really?
Oh, the first two. I think I've got all three actually at 3.5.
Okay. I've not seen the newest one, but the second one was terrible, I thought. I thought the first one was okay.
I like the first one more than the second one for sure. But
Yeah.
I think the third one's actually my favourite out of them, controversially.
Really?
Out of the Jurassic World films, not the
Sure.
park.
Yeah. Yeah. Dominion. Yeah. Okay. Franchise. So I need to think franchise. Star Wars. We've already had a Star Wars film. It's not
It's
Star
not
Wars.
Star Wars.
Is it a horror franchise?
No. No.
Is it Marvel or DC or whatever?
No.
Okay. What do audiences and critics think of it?
Critics gave it a 15%, and audiences gave it a 51%.
Okay. So audiences again being a little more generous.
Yep.
But on the whole, don't love it.
Yep.
Okay. Is it a Ghostbusters movie?
No.
What do I give it?
1.5.
1.5. That's rare. That's reserved for bottom of the barrel. Really.
Yep.
1.5 just stands out as being not even like interestingly bad or anything.
Yeah, I think it's the rating on a Letterboxd that I've given to the least amount of movies.
I think I'm the
Don't
same.
quote me on that, but yeah, it's a very rare rating to give out. I feel.
It's just kind of forgettable bad,
Yep.
not even funny bad or anything.
Yeah.
Again off track with that. Franchises. What? Where in the franchise is this film?
This is the most recent.
Most recent. Okay, like how recently did it come out?
A while ago now.
Okay.
Not like ages ago, but like I was a kid when I went to see it.
Sure. Okay.
Not a kid. 2015.
So, 2015. Okay.
Yep.
Can I get a quote?
Yeah. The quote is, "Don't you judge me, John Waters. I've seen Pink Flamingos."
oh, I know his film. It's no, I don't know exactly which one it is. I want to say Alvin and Chipmunks for Road Chip.
It is Alvin and the Chipmunks, the road trip.
Let's go. I love that scene. With John
Yeah,
Waters.
it's such a random quote to put in a kids movie.
Yeah, the bit where we come up on like the no flight list as well is really funny.
Yeah, they're just chipmunk terrorists.
Yeah. And then at the end, spoiler alert for the road trip, Theodore gets fucking hit by a car. Like
Yeah,
Brian from Family Guy.
literally. Yeah, I love how it's such a sarky consensus from Rotten
Yeah,
Tomatoes.
they're fed up with
They're
Alvin and
like, it's a
Chipmunks now.
marginal improvement over prior installments, but that's not a
No,
recommendation.
not at all.
Okay, number 14.
Mm-hmm.
Blank is just as irreverent as fans would expect, as well as funny, thrilling, full of heart, and packed with visual splendor.
So as fans would expect, so I would have to assume it's just an installment in a franchise in some way,
Yes.
or perhaps a reboot or something.
Yes.
Is it a reboot?
It's an installment in a franchise.
Installment in a franchise. Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Just irreverent, did you say?
Irreverent.
Okay.
And
As
funny,
fans would
thrilling,
expect.
full of heart, and packed with visual splendor.
Visual splendor. Is it a Marvel movie?
It is a Marvel movie.
Okay. Okay. Guardians. One of the Guardians films.
It's one of the Guardians films.
Oh, there's too many to go through. Guardians. Okay, I'm gonna get this right in my first guess. Guardians 2.
No.
Guardians 3.
No.
Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special.
No.
What other Guardians films are there? Guardians of the Galaxy, I'm guessing.
It's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah, to be fair, pretty good.
Yeah, it's got a 92% critic and a 92% audience.
Mm.
You gave it 4 stars.
Mm-hmm.
And the quote I got was, "What do you let it lick you like that for? Gross." At the very end with Howard the Duck.
Yeah, sure, yeah. I need to watch Howard the Duck.
Oh, yeah, I got the Blu-ray recently.
Yeah, you said that, yes.
I'm so hyped to see it because George Lucas produced it.
I'd love to do it as well.
Okay, number 15.
Mm-hmm.
Impeccably mounted but occasionally bombastic, Blank largely succeeds thanks to bravura performances from its distinguished cast.
Repeat that.
Impeccably mounted and occasionally bombastic, Blank largely succeeds thanks to its bravura performances from its distinguished cast.
Someone got hold of a thesaurus, I see. Okay.
Yeah.
Bombastic. All sorts of strange synonyms coming up there. Distinguished cast, you said.
Yes, very
That's
distinguished cast.
interesting. So actors that like I like, or are just big names?
I'd say about both.
Okay. Okay. Is it a Marvel movie?
No.
DC.
No.
Okay.
No,
Okay. It's good to get them out of the way.
It's not a movie in a big franchise.
In a big franchise.
It's
franchise?
It's not a movie in a franchise either.
Okay.
It's a standalone.
Standalone.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm thinking like Boogie Nights for some reason.
No.
No, okay, okay. I can work with this. This is, as like the kind of bombastic as the description is. I think I can go with it.
Okay.
Standalone, the
Do,
distinguished cast,
do you
the
want?
Harry Hill movie.
No,
I'm
sadly
gonna keep
not.
going back to it.
Do you want some Rotten Tomato scores? The
I'd love
critical
to hear them. Let's go with that.
70% from critic and 79% from audiences.
So not as bombastic as it could be.
Um, it's
Could be a bit more bombastic.
I wouldn't. I personally wouldn't label this movie with the word bombastic.
Okay.
Um, and I'm not really sure what impeccably mounted means.
No, I mean, I'm just thinking of like things that probably don't apply to this movie at all. When I hear
Sure.
impeccably mounted, that's where my
Um,
mind's going with it. But
you gave it a 3 stars.
3 stars, okay. Blade Runner.
No.
Oh, Les Mis.
It is Les Mis.
Nice. I just
Yeah,
went for my two like default 3 stars. That's
yeah,
good to knock one of them out.
yeah. The quote I had for it was look down, don't look them in the eye." I don't know if we would have got it from that, maybe.
Absolutely not. If you quoted any line from Master of the House, maybe I would have gone. But otherwise, no.
Yeah, I really like Les Mis. I know you
And
don't.
yeah, to be fair, right, I went to the gym and then I watched it, so I was already a bit tired. I
Sure.
hadn't realized how long it was gonna be. And then I kind of realized how long it was gonna be, before it started. I was like looking at Letterboxd or whatever. So I was like, okay, well, I can still sit through this. And then it just turned it to be like one big song. And I
Yeah,
guess I wasn't ready for that. I
sure.
was, there's points where I was just hoping there'd be a little bit of a dialogue break. But,
Yeah. We have a lot of we joke about that scene where he jumps off the bridge,
yeah.
and there's that
Terrible scene.
that sound effect, the
Yeah.
it's the ground. Such a
So pure.
yeah. But I like Les Mis. I'll
Mhm.
agree that probably the performances are the best part about it. Everyone's
Sure.
doing a good job, I feel like. Yeah, I like Les Mis.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
fine.
number 16. Dark, complex, and unforgettable. Blank succeeds not just as an entertaining film, but as a richly thrilling crime saga.
Memento.
No.
Damn, remember last week when I said about it's forgettable as Eternal Sunshine, you said Memento.
Take
I
this
thought
word. Ready?
mhm.
Very good guess.
Okay.
You're on the
Okay.
right lines.
With Memento.
Yep.
Okay. Crime saga. That's similar to Memento, would you say? Like,
Not
it's similar to
similar to Memento, but there's something in common with this film and Memento.
so memory.
No.
Oh, Guy Pearce?
No. It's somebody to do with the crew.
Christopher Nolan.
Is it? Yep.
Okay, that's good. So versus the Batman films, Batman Begins, Dark Knight Rises.
It's one of those.
Dark Knight.
It's Dark Knight.
Dark Knight.
Yep.
Banging.
94% critic, 94% audience. You've got
Justified.
a 4.5 stars on it.
Mm-hmm.
And the quote I had was, "The night is darkest just before the dawn, and I promise you the dawn is coming."
Yeah, that kind of gives it away in the first few words, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What have you got, Dark Knight? At?
4.5.
4.5. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Just wanted to make sure I
I think I
wasn't like.
prefer the Batman over the Dark Knight these days.
Yeah, it's weird. I think as a movie, I prefer the Dark Knight, but as a Batman movie, I think the Batman is a lot better.
That's fair. That's fair. The Dark Knight's one of those films where I always kind of forget how good it is, and then I
Mhm.
watch it and I'm like, "Oh, this is actually a really good movie."
Mhm.
There's a reason why a lot of people love this film,
Yeah.
and then it dwindles over time, and I'm like, "Yeah, it's a bit overrated." And then I watch it, I'm like, "This is a great movie."
Yeah, this happens to me a lot as well.
Yeah.
You know, one thing
Um,
about the Dark Knight I want them to bring into the Batman 2 is
what?
I want Two-Face in the Batman 2.
Yeah, I
Because
agree.
he'd be a good fit for like the gritty, realistic world of Gotham that they built in
Yeah,
the
the
Batman.
one thing I don't like about the first Batman is the whole bit at the end with the Joker, and it's
Yeah,
cool, but
I
I
agree.
want a Batman franchise that isn't relying on the Joker.
Me too. I was sitting there, I was like, I can't take another Joker.
Yeah,
Like Jared Leto was still too recent for me. I don't want another one.
Yeah,
He's put me off the
even like
Joker.
Joaquin Phoenix is currently playing the Joker.
Yeah,
Like, to have
exactly.
two Jokers going on at the same time doesn't
Mm,
feel right either, unless they
sure.
somehow have Joaquin Phoenix, but they're not. It's Barry Keoghan that's playing him in
Yeah.
Batman. Yeah,
I mean, he's good for the Joker. I can see him as the Joker, but
I
like,
agree.
I just think I'm a bit Jokered out.
I agree. Okay, number 17. Blank adds extra plot and dialogue to the action-heavy exploits of its predecessor, while still managing to deliver a suitably hard-hitting sequel.
Sequel, okay. The original was action heavy, and this one not so much. It's kind of
Yep.
like the
Yep.
okay. So it's opposite of like Two Towers, Fellowship of the Rings. It's like the
Yep.
opposite of that.
Yep.
Sure. Okay. Okay. So, and I've seen this. What did the critics and the audiences give it?
Critics gave it an 84, and the audiences gave it an 89.
Okay, so that rules out the Kingsman 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. What did I give it?
4.5.
4.5. That's good. That's promising. I got a lot of movies 4.5, so I can't really go through them. But
Sure.
okay, so it's a sequel.
Yep. Yeah, it is number 2.
Number 2.
So it is a
Okay.
direct sequel.
My mind went to Bad Boys 2, but I've not even seen that. It's just because I've been Hot Fuzz.
It's not Bad Boys 2,
Ah,
sadly.
okay.
I don't think that's got an 84% critic score.
Okay, action heavy, first one, second one not as much, but I assume it's still got some action to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the first one is definitely a lot more actiony than the
Sure.
second one.
Okay.
The reason I don't like the second one as much, yeah, there's a clue, is because it's not as action heavy.
Okay. Is it? No, it's not a Mission Impossible film. I wouldn't have given Mission Impossible 2 4.5.
Imagine.
In no world. I think the only Mission Impossible film I've given 4.5 is Fallout, obviously, like everyone else.
Yeah,
But
Fallout's great.
yeah, it is. Oh, is it maybe Top Gun Maverick?
No.
No. Okay. It's still got as much action, I suppose. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've got that as a 5.
Oh yeah, true. Where's that as well? I don't like the original Top Gun though, so
I
I was
know
thinking that might be a thing because you like it more than I do.
we've had this discussion.
Yeah.
Top Gun's amazing.
Mm-mm. Sequels I've given 4.5.
Do you want
Is there
a
a
quote?
quote?
Yeah. I must warn you, young lady, I'm susceptible to flattery.
That sounds like a James Bond quote, but
It's not a Bond movie.
no. And I give it 4.5.
Yep.
4.5. Action movie, not as actiony as the first one.
It's the only sequel that this director's done.
Director.
Big director.
Oh! I know. Okay,
Yep.
I know it. Kill Bill Volume 2.
It is Kill Bill Volume 2. Well done, Fergus.
Thank you. Yeah, that is Tarantino's only sequel. Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't love it.
No, I know you
I
don't.
really don't love it.
I like it. I think we had this discussion before on here, but I do like it. But I think the first one's much better. The bit about it not
For
being
sure.
as action heavy definitely makes sense, and I would
Yep.
agree with that as a criticism.
Yep.
Like you were saying.
Yeah, I think I've got it as a 3.5. I do think maybe if I rewatched it, it would go up because it's the only Tarantino film I've only seen once.
Sure.
And I'm currently going through the Tarantino films very slowly because I'm watching them with a friend, and I see this friend like once a month. We've only done Reservoir Dogs so far. She's never seen any Tarantino film, so
Really?
we're working our way through them. But I'm excited to rewatch both Kill Bill movies. I'm hoping to do them together.
Sure.
in the same
That
day.
makes sense.
But yeah. Okay. Number 18 is a very, very small consensus.
Okay.
With solid performances and tight direction, Blank is a brisk economic thriller.
A brisk economic thriller.
Yep.
So The Big Short came to mind, but I've not seen that. So,
It's not The Big Short.
but along them lines, is The Wolf of Wall Street?
It's not Wolf of Wall Street.
Okay. Could you say the synopsis again, or whatever it is?
Yep. With solid performances and tight direction, Blank is a brisk economic thriller.
Economic thriller. See, that economic part is like really sticking out to me, but I can't think of any films that are like that.
In my review for this film, I said very similar things about
Okay.
performances, tight direction, very brisk, very
Brisk.
quick movie.
Okay. Economic thriller. That's what's catching me here.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking of. Probably a good idea. Okay. What's the scores?
So it's an 80% critic score and a 64% audience score.
Okay, what did I get?
3 stars.
3. Okay. Free. I feel like I don't give that many movies free, but
Yeah, I feel like I've actually got a lot of 3s on here from you.
yeah, it seems that way now. I'm starting
Yeah.
to reevaluate. Yeah. Does this come out recently at all?
No.
Okay. You got a decade?
2000s, I think.
2000s. Okay.
I want to say the 2000s. Yeah, 2000s.
Okay, an economic thriller. I give 3.
The economic thriller's kind of it's a little pun. It's a little. It's Rotten Tomatoes being a little bit cheeky, a little bit of a pun.
Being silly.
They're being a little bit silly, yeah.
Okay. Economic thriller. Is that like it means like the title is economic thriller in different words, perhaps?
No.
Okay. You got any other clues, perhaps?
I've got a quote.
Okay. Yeah, that's good. I always forget about the quote.
Yeah. Sometimes bad things happen to good people.
Oh well, I know that.
Well, say the movie then, Fergus.
No, I don't know what it's from. I just know that's like a thing, isn't it? Because the bad things are always happening to me. But regardless.
That is so sad.
I know.
You okay, Fergus?
Okay.
The economic bit is a little joke. It's
a little joke. Like, how's it funny? I don't get it.
Not a little joke, but like, it's more about the plot of the movie, like economic.
So, like in the vein of Wolf of Wall Street.
Not really.
or like The Big Short.
When I say the movie, you'll get it. Like, you'll get what it means.
Sure. I'm not giving up on this. Hold
on.
I
can give you another clue.
Mm-hmm.
And the lead actor of the movie went on to win an Oscar.
Okay, Oscar winners. Robert Downey Jr.
Nope.
I can't even think of this year's.
You think Robert Downey Jr.
Okay.
And what he won an Oscar for?
Cillian Murphy.
Yeah, it was a Cillian.
Oh, he didn't win an Oscar for Cillian Murphy, but
yes, this actor that I'm referring to is Cillian Murphy.
Now I'm thinking of Red Eye.
It is Red Eye.
What is the economic thriller in Red Eye? I don't remember.
They are in economy on a plane.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's really lame.
It's a funny little joke.
I mean, if I'd came up with it, it would be funny.
Yeah. I watched it very recently.
Yeah, you did.
It's a good movie.
It's been like a year, I think, since I've seen it.
Yeah, I really like it, actually. The more I think about it, the more I like it. I think I've got it as a 3.5. It was the perfect kind of film because I watched it really late at night when I couldn't sleep. It was like the perfect kind of film for that.
Red Eye kind of time.
Yeah. Okay, number 19.
Mm-hmm.
That joke was worse than the economic.
I don't think so.
A sugary tale overstuffed with too many stories. Still, the cast charms.
Willy Wonka, like Wonka, the movie Wonka.
No.
Too many stories.
Yes.
The Last Jedi.
No.
Okay. a lot of stories. Like Spider-Man 3
Nope.
has a lot going on. One of the
A
Avengers
lot,
movies.
a lot of stories going on in this movie.
Oh, so it's like Avengers Infinity War?
No, it's not a Marvel movie.
Okay. Is
Again,
it
it's a standalone film. It's not a part of
standalone? Okay. Everything ever oh, we already had that. No.
a franchise.
Uh okay, you got a rating?
Yep. So
Critics
it's a
rating?
64% critic and a 72% audience.
Okay, audiences again being a bit more generous. What I give it?
3.5.
3.5. Could you say the consensus again?
Yep. A sugary tale overstuffed with too many stories. Still, the cast charms.
The cast charms. Sugary. Is that anything? Is there anything in that?
No, I think it just means very like whimsical. Very
Okay.
trying to think the word. But I can't think of any other word other than sugary now. Like
Sure.
very cliched.
Okay. It's because I'm trying to be cautious after that economy thing.
It's not a like a bleak movie. It's very kind
Sure.
of upbeat.
Okay. You got a quote?
Yep. The quote is, "Who do you have to screw around here to get a cup of tea and a chocolate biscuit?"
Oh, I know that.
And he says it in his very thick English accent.
Oh my god. Why am I thinking of Michael Caine? It's not
No,
Michael Caine,
it's
is it?
not Michael
No.
Caine. He's like, oh, I can't do an English accent. I was going to attempt one there. There
No,
was like
go on, please.
for any English people watching, I'm sorry in advance, right? He goes,
Sorry. Sorry, I'm sorry.
Fergus doesn't mean that, do you, Fergus?
What am I meant to say?
You meant to say. No, you didn't mean it, and I apologize.
No, didn't mean that. I'm really sorry about that. That was an oversight on my end.
Okay, so he says he's sitting at a table. He's sitting at a table,
Mm-hmm.
and he goes, "Who do you have to screw around here to get a cup of tea and a chocolate biscuit?"
That's very familiar,
And then
and that's quite
someone
posh.
comes in with a cup of tea and a chocolate biscuit, and that's the joke because he's like, "Who do you have to screw around here?"
And the person. Oh, I know. It's Love Actually.
It is Love
It is
Actually.
Love Actually. Okay,
That was my amazing Hugh Grant
that
impression.
was it was iconic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Love Actually. I
Oh,
like
I
Love Actually.
love Love Actually so much.
No,
And the more I show people the movie, the more I realize I'm kind of a bit alone. A lot of people don't
yeah,
like the
I
movie.
love. It has its place. It's like an iconic Christmas film in the
Yeah.
UK. A lot of people play it. I like some of the subplots. I like Martin Freeman's subplot. It's quite
Yeah.
funny.
Yep. I
Uh,
agree.
Liam Neeson's subplot is quite funny.
Yep.
But the
I
best one is Bill Nye.
Bill Nye is the best. The worst one is Colin Firth. All the stuff that's going on with him
Yeah,
and like I
yeah,
can't even remember. Is it Spain he's in or
yeah. I think
Italy or
so.
Portugal? It's
Yeah,
Portugal. Portugal.
Portugal. Yeah,
Um,
not huge in that.
no.
Or
Oh,
the one with like the girl that's like looking after her brother or whatever. Not
oh
huge in
yeah,
that
that's
either.
yeah. I like the one where the guy goes to America. That's funny.
Yeah, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's good. Okay, number 20. A relentlessly stupid comedy elevated by its main actors. One goes bonkers and the other carries himself admirably in an against type performance.
Dumb and Dumber.
Perfect, Fergus. You got that on the money. It's Dumb and Dumber.
Hell yeah.
Well done.
I
What
just
gave it away?
I think the stupid part
Yeah,
probably
sure.
not. Um,
Um,
childhood classic for me. The
yeah, fair.
what have I got at now?
You got a 3 stars.
Okay, I'll put 3.5 afterwards.
It's a 68% critic and an 84% audience.
Mm.
And the quote I had was, she gave me a bunch of crap about not listening to her or something. I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention.
That's good.
Which I thought was a good line.
There was
Okay.
one bit in that movie I never liked as a kid. Was
Oh,
the like the most annoying sound in the world bit.
oh yeah.
I never found that funny at all.
Hey,
Even as a
ever
child.
hear the most annoying sound in the world?
Yeah, I have heard it now. No, stop. I didn't even find it funny as a kid, but apart from that, yeah.
I found it quite funny, but that's me being dumb sense of humor,
Yeah.
Jack.
Yeah.
Okay, swiftly moving on to 21 then.
21.
Though it features some of the most memorable and electrifying footage shot with an expert eye for action, Blank offers too little for non-adolescent viewers to chew on.
Argyle.
No, it's not Argyle.
Damn it. Is it
It's the real
similar?
Agent Argyle.
Oh god, what train wreck. Kingsman,
No,
perhaps? Kick-Ass?
no.
Okay, I've exhausted my Matthew Vaughn knowledge then.
I'll read
Uh,
it for you again. Though it features some of the most memorable and electrifying footage shot with an expert eye for action, Blank offers too little for non-adolescent viewers to chew on.
okay. What's the ratings then?
It's a 57% critic and an 83% audience.
I feel like this is gonna be a movie I really like for some reason.
You've got it as a 2.5.
Okay, scratch that. 2.5. Sheesh, okay. Is it like part of a franchise?
Yeah, not a What do you count as a franchise?
Like a movie that's part of a series of other movies?
It's got a sequel,
It's got a sequel. Okay. So this is the first
but
one.
it's not. Yes.
Okay. Uh this is the first one. I give it 2.5. Is it recent?
No.
Oh, I've got a quote. What's the quote?
The quote is, "The Defense Department regrets to inform you that your sons are dead because they were stupid."
That's quite a good line. That's really funny. Okay. Well, if line's like that, I don't know why I give it 2.5. Eye for action.
Yep.
Is eye part of it? Like
No, but the
okay,
action is beautifully shot.
beautifully shot action.
I think even though you're not a fan of the movie, you could appreciate how the action's shot.
So it's definitely not Argo.
No.
Okay. It could have been Kingsman 2, to be fair. Okay.
Do you want another clue?
I'd love another clue, yeah.
You've brought it up already in this podcast.
Oh, I've brought up a lot of movies, Jack.
And we had a little quick discussion about it because I really like it and you don't like it.
I was gonna say Kill Bill, but that's the opposite. Well, you like it and I don't.
Yep.
And we've discussed this earlier.
Yep.
No, I can't think of anything now.
It's think of movie stereotypically a man's movie.
Fight Club,
No,
which you
it's
love.
it's a cheesy film. It's a man's movie, like classic 80s man movie.
80s. Okay, that's something. Blade Runner?
Nope. You go if I don't know, divert to Blade Runner
Yeah,
immediately.
basically. But that would make sense though.
Think about the action is shot superbly.
From the 80s, like Terminator? No.
I'll give you another clue.
Yeah.
The director of this film has a more famous brother who also directs movies.
Oh. Oh
And
no.
the brother of this director directed a film that you just mentioned.
This is terrible. I can't remember anything.
You
Dumb
literally
and Dumber.
just mentioned it. No.
Terminator.
No.
Blade Runner.
Yes.
Ridley Scott's brother?
Yeah.
This is news to me.
A director brother.
What else has that brother directed? Do you know?
He done a lot of movies. A
Such
lot of
as?
kind of action films. He done oh no, I can't think of any. Man on Fire.
Oh, this
Denzel
is
Washington.
useless.
Taking of Pelham 1 2 3. Unstoppable.
No. I don't know any of these. I didn't even know he had a brother.
He done True Romance.
Oh, you've seen that?
Yep, it's
I've
a good
not.
film.
Yeah, it's in my watch list.
Do you want me to give you the name of the brother?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just
I don't
basically
even know
tell
if
you
I'll
who
help.
directed the movie. Tony Scott.
I still don't
For real.
know. I still don't know what Tony Scott movies have I watched and didn't like from
The
the
lead
80s.
actor in this film is maybe the biggest actor who's ever lived.
Brendan
No,
Fraser.
no, probably the biggest action star who's currently working still.
Samuel Jackson, Keanu Reeves.
Nope.
Keanu
Has a
Reeves.
very funny run.
Bruce Willis. I don't know what. Jack, you might have to tell me the name of the movie.
Tom Cruise is in it.
Tom Cruise. So it's, is it Mission Impossible 2?
No. Great
Huh.
shot action. The action is shot really well.
Got it. I've got it.
Yep.
Top Gun.
Top Gun.
Top Gun. Yeah, still don't
Directed
like
by
it.
the brother of Ridley Scott.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Tony Scott.
Well, I prefer Ridley based on Top Gun, but then he also made Napoleon, so I guess it balances
Yeah,
itself out.
that is very true. Ridley Scott's a very hit or miss director.
Sure.
Okay, number 22. Blank is loaded, chock full of gags that are goofy, unapologetically crass, and ultimately hilarious.
I was gonna say Wonka because of the chock full part, but that's just crass jokes. Okay.
There's also in this another a little. They're being a little bit silly.
Oh, okay. Do you want to say it again?
Blank is loaded, chock full
Loaded.
of gags that are goofy, unapologetically crass, and ultimately hilarious. It's that first little bit where they're being a little bit.
You said loaded. That seems to
Loaded.
be the key word. So the world's end.
No.
Song loaded's in there. That's just what I was thinking. Loaded. What do you mean loaded? Like loading a gun? Naked Gun.
Naked Gun, Fergus. Well
Hell
done.
yeah. Hell yeah. It's a great
86.
movie.
Yeah, great movie. 86% critic, 84% audience.
4
4 stars you gave it.
Mm-hmm.
And the quote I've got is, the doctor says he's got a 50-50 chance of living, though there's only a 10% chance of that.
Yeah, I would have gotten it from that. Oh, of course we have to have a quick moment of silence for the Naked Gun star O.J. Simpson, who tragically passed away recently.
No, let's
Oh,
not
yeah,
do
okay.
that. You've already offended the English, Fergus. Let's
I
not.
know. Okay,
offend
I'm
the
sorry.
Americans.
This is yeah, it's not going well for me, is it?
Yeah, I love the Naked Gun. Do you know they're
Yeah.
doing a remake?
With Liam Neeson.
Yeah. Are you
He's
excited?
recently advocated for Kevin Spacey to return to acting.
Oh.
I'm not
excited for that?
particularly excited, but we'll play it by ear.
Sure. Okay. Number 23. A bona fide classic of cinema. This misguided masterpiece subverts the rules of filmmaking with boundless enthusiasm that renders such mundanities as action. No, I can't speak, Fergus. I'm sorry. I'm going to
Okay.
say that again.
Okay, on you
Simply
go.
because I absolutely butchered the start of it, and then I continued, and then I butchered more of it. A bona fide classic of cinema. This misguided masterpiece subverts the rules of filmmaking with a boundless enthusiasm that renders such mundanities such as acting, screenwriting, and cinematography utterly irrelevant.
Man with a movie camera.
No.
Your favorite.
Oh.
Okay. So it subverts cinematic expectations, you could say.
Yep.
In terms of tropes and such.
A misguided masterpiece.
Misguided master. Is misguided like is that word anything like being cheeky related to the
No,
plot
no,
or
no, no,
something?
no. It
No.
just means it was a misguided film.
Okay. Oh,
And
why
it
am I thinking of
subverts the rules of filmmaking with a boundless enthusiasm that renders such things as acting, screenwriting, and cinematography irrelevant.
so acting's relevant.
Yep.
So the performances may not be stellar or
Yep.
anything.
The writing might not be great. The cinematography might not be great, but it's
Sure.
still a good film.
Okay. What kind of ratings are we looking at here?
You you got a 24% critic
What?
and a 47% audience.
How are we giving it 24%? That sounds like a glowing review. What did I give it?
A 5 stars.
Okay. Paul Blart Mall Cop.
You'll get it from the quote, so I'm gonna keep you going for now.
Okay.
But if you need the quote,
So if I give it
you'll
5
get it from the
stars,
quote.
are you sure it's not Paul Blart Mall Cop?
It's definitely not Paul Blart Mall Cop.
Okay, you know, I think I know what it is.
Do you?
It's one of two. I've got two ideas in my head.
Okay.
One is Cool Cat Saves the Kids.
It's not Cool Cat Saves the Kids.
The other is The Room.
It is The Room.
Let's go.
Well done, Fergus.
I
The
wouldn't
quote
say
I had
Render's
was,
performances like irrelevant. They're great performances. Tommy Wiseau robbed of an Oscar.
the quote I had was, "Oh, hi, doggy."
Yeah, I got the
Yeah.
results of the test back. It's definitely breast cancer.
We should do a full podcast episode on The Room.
Sure. We should
That'd
just
be
do a whole
fantastic.
episode where we just quote The Room. Like we just reenact it.
Yeah, we should have the scripts and just read it.
Mm,
Pick characters.
yeah, for sure.
Okay. 24. Blank's earnest approach to a character's origin story has a certain appeal, but its predictable plot and uneven execution make it a forgettable adventure.
An origin story.
Yep.
So I'm thinking Marvel or DC immediately.
It is one of the two.
Okay. Spider-Man?
Nope.
Iron Man?
Nope.
Thor?
Nope.
Captain America?
Nope.
Hulk?
Nope.
Batman Begins?
Nope. Do you want
Amazing Spider-Man.
Do you want it's not Amazing Spider-Man. Do you want the scores?
Go ahead.
11% critic
Mm-hmm.
and 57% audience.
X-Men Origins Wolverine.
No.
Oh, that could have been it.
Good guess.
Thank you. Man of Steel? That
Nope.
deserves them ratings. Wonder Woman?
Nope.
You say 11% from critics.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So it's not Man of Steel. Should be, but it's not.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Batman v Superman?
No.
It's not really an origin story, I suppose. I suppose well, what did I give it? Would be
1 star.
1 star. You're sure it's not 4?
It's not Thor.
And it's not Hulk. It won't be an X-Men movie.
Nope.
Like, I'm not huge on Deadpool, but I wouldn't give it 1. Is it DC?
No.
So it's Marvel.
It's Marvel.
Okay, it's not Guardians of the Galaxy.
It's not a part of the MCU.
Not part of the MCU. That's useful. Okay. It won't be Into the Spider-Verse. Isn't everything part of the MCU these days because of the multiverse or whatever?
True.
Yeah. Fox. Oh, Sony. This is good. This is good. Okay. There's 4 movies. No, 3 movies even because it won't be Venom 2.
Yep.
So it's either Venom,
Mm-hmm.
Morbius,
Mm-hmm.
or Madam Web.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those 3.
Could you say the synopsis
Yep.
again, and I'll see if I can get it.
Blank's earnest approach to a character's origin story has a certain appeal, but its predictable plot and uneven execution make for a forgettable adventure. As I was reading that, I just realized it could apply to all 3.
That is all 3 of those movies. I don't think it's Venom.
11% critic.
I think Venom's a little more popular than that. So I'm gonna say Morbius.
No.
Damn, Madam Web. Okay.
It's Madam Web.
Madam Web, our favorite.
Yeah.
I do love Madam Web. I was thinking about this, and there's so many movies that I've given like 2.5 or lower. I wouldn't like if I was given a choice to watch one of them or Madam Web. I'd watch Madam Web because I know I'm gonna enjoy it and laugh.
I don't think I'll ever watch Madam Web again in my life.
Well, you should consider it because like you're gonna get a laugh out of it at least.
True. It is a funny bad movie.
When I went to see it again with Mark, our good friend Mark, who keeps getting mentioned on here.
Yep.
I went to see it a second time with him, and he had to move away from me because I kept laughing the whole time. Like
When we
20
went to
minutes
see it,
in,
we
hmm?
kept laughing the full time. When we went to
Yeah,
see it,
yeah.
like it's so funny. The
And there's no
villain.
escape from that because we're getting thrust around in the 4DX as well, so we can't even get
Yeah.
up to move or anything.
Did you and Mark go see it in 4DX?
No.
No, just usual. Yeah.
Heightens the experience, I think.
It does. It does. I suggest if you get the Blu-ray,
Mhm.
just start moving about in your seat, and you'll enjoy the
Yeah,
film more.
yeah, sure.
Okay,
Might
number
get a steelbook.
25. You get the steelbook.
Yeah.
No,
I
I
might.
might get the Blu-ray just
Mm,
because I'm a completionist and
sure.
I've got Venom and Morbius.
And you need to have all your favorite movies. But
Exactly.
yeah. Okay, 25.
25. Unapologetically silly and all the more entertaining for it.
Okay.
Blank is the rare horror comedy that delivers chuckles as effortlessly as chills.
Horror comedy. But silly. A silly horror comedy.
Unapologetically silly.
Unapologetically silly. Gremlins?
No.
Ready or Not.
No.
That's by the way, earlier on I was trying to think of a film and I couldn't come up with a name for it. It's similar to Ready or Not. It's one of those like party game type films. I can't remember what it
Truth
is.
or Dare?
No.
Escape Room?
No, it's the one where we're like all at the table and the guy from Reanimator's there.
Oh. Would you rather?
Would you rather? That's it. Yeah,
The
that's
one
what I was
with
thinking of earlier. Jeffrey Combs.
yeah, and her from Pitch Perfect's in it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Is it Reanimator?
No.
Ah. Horror comedy. There's a lot of them. Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
No.
Ah. Beetlejuice.
Nope. Do you want some scores?
Yeah, let's go for it.
A 93% critic
That's good.
and a 78% audience.
Oh, okay. Okay, so the audiences are not loving this as much.
Nope.
What I give it?
But they're still liking it. You give it a 2.5.
Okay. I give it 2.5. Oh god.
Yep.
Is there a quote going about for it?
Yep. The quote is, "This is the part where you run."
That sounds familiar. Is it part of like a larger franchise?
No, but they are making a sequel.
They are making a sequel. I know we're making a sequel to Talk to Me, but I liked that, so it won't be that. What are we making a sequel to? What are we making a sequel to, Jack? Why don't you tell me that?
Oh, they're making a no, I'm not telling you. We have already mentioned this again, but it was at the very start of the podcast.
Very start. So that's when we're going over like Child's Play.
Briefly mentioned.
Is it a Saw movie?
Child's
Child's Play.
It's not Child's Play.
I know it.
Yep.
Mithrigan.
It's Mithrigan or Megan.
Really?
93% critic.
93. That is absolutely mental.
I think it's the highest one we've had so far, critic-wise.
Really?
Yep. Which is shocking.
They must have been paid.
Yeah, Guardians was 92.
Oh my god.
Everything Everywhere was 93.
Okay.
Which is just it's shocking.
I don't like to buy into this theory that like companies pay off critics. I know it can happen, but I generally like to think they don't. They must have done to get Mithrigan to that high of a score.
Agreed.
There is no way.
Okay, we've got 5 left.
5 left.
Thank you for everyone who's still listening.
Yeah, I know.
For 2 hours and 8 minutes.
2 hours of me just going,
Literally. But it was the same last week.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. 26. A claustrophobic masterclass in comedy and introspection. Blank is beautifully bleak and hilariously hopeful.
Claustrophobic, did you say?
Yep.
Is there anything to that? Like.
Yep, definitely.
Okay. So you've seen this?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Or was that like Synecdoche? What are critic scores?
Critic gave it a 95.
95.
And audiences gave it a 93.
Okay, so they're about equal.
Yep.
What'd I give it?
A 4.
4. Okay. Out of curiosity, what would you give it? Or what did you give it?
I gave it a 5.
You gave it a 5. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. There's one movie I know you gave 5. I think I have it 4.
1
Hour Photo?
No.
Ah, damn. You have that 5 though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, what's the quote?
The quote is, "I've been hiding from the world and I need to re-enter." And then the funniest thing happened.
What's the funniest thing?
I can't tell you that, Fergus.
Is it Joker?
No.
Okay. Okay, yeah, because I don't think I have a 4.
Think claustrophobic. That's a big clue.
Claustrophobic.
A
What are
claustrophobic masterclass in comedy is your big bit here.
comedy? That's a good bit. Comedy. Okay. Okay, what's claustrophobic? Like that movie where they're in a lift with the devil. Have you
What
seen
movie
that
is that?
one?
No.
I think it's just called Devil. I know. They're in an elevator and one of
No.
them's like the devil or something.
It's not that, Fergus.
Okay, okay.
So it's a claustrophobic masterclass in comedy and introspection.
Comedy and introspection. Okay.
Blank is beautifully bleak and hilariously hopeful.
Hilariously hopeful. Is it the Iron Claw? The
No.
holdovers?
No.
Is it recent?
Yeah.
Okay.
In the past 5 years.
Past 5 years. Okay.
I think. Do you want me to tell the year? I think it's
Yeah.
2021.
2021. I don't think I've watched that many movies from 2021. Oh, no. No, I was gonna say I'm thinking of ending things. It's not that.
Nope.
Hmm.
Do you want me to annoy you again, Fergus?
Yes.
It's already been mentioned on the podcast.
Oh, good grief. Okay, okay. It's already
And
been mentioned.
I
You
can give you
love
another
it.
clue if you want.
Yes, please, please.
It's not a traditional film.
Not a traditional film. I don't know why I thought of a ghost story. That's definitely not a comedy. Oh, is it Would You Rather?
No.
Yeah.
It's not everything that you're mentioning right now is a traditional film. This is not a
Sure.
traditional
This
film.
yeah, this is offbeat kinda. Not
It
the
doesn't
average bear.
Yeah, it's not it's more documentary than film.
Oh, okay. Documentary.
I'd say it's closer to a documentary than a film.
Bo Burnham inside.
It is Bo Burnham's Inside.
Nice, nice. Yeah, I do like it.
Wonderful film. I love it.
Yeah, yeah, like it.
Okay, 27. Blank hits a handful of high notes, but as an in-depth look, it offers more of a medley than a true greatest hits collection.
Okay, musical biopic, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. So, Rocket Man,
Nope.
Bohemian Rhapsody,
It is Bohemian
Bohemian
Rhapsody.
Rhapsody.
Yep.
Terrible movie.
A 60% critic,
Mhm,
85% audience. You gave it a 2 stars,
mhm.
and the quote I had was, "If I go higher, only dogs will hear me."
Oh, I don't think I would have gotten it from that, but yeah, the first bit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a film. Every time I watch it, it gets worse for me.
yeah.
Um,
I know you like it more than I do,
I
but
think I've got a 3.5 currently,
mm,
but I think it could easily go to a 3.
sure.
When I watched it for the first time, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Like, I thought it was
Yeah,
the greatest movie ever made.
same. Yeah.
And it's every time I've watched it since, because I've watched it a good solid, I'd say it's 6, 7 times in my life.
Mm.
And every time I watched it, I've been like, "Oh, there's another problem. Oh, there's another
Yeah,
problem."
yeah. I mean, the editing alone.
Oh, the editing's atrocious in it. And it won the Oscar for
Yeah, I
best editing,
know.
which is the
I don't even know what
only
they're thinking with it.
the only character I like in it is Mike Myers.
Yeah.
He's great in it. I love him.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Forget
okay,
he's in it, but yeah.
yeah, and he's like, "We want to make a song that kids will bang their heads to."
Yeah.
Bohemian Rhapsody will never be that song. Just love it.
Little did he know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He was
Egg on his face.
a few years later be banging his head in the car with Garth and all his friends. Okay, number 28. As comfortingly workmanlike as its protagonist, Blank makes solid use of typically superlative work from its star and director to deliver a quietly stirring tribute.
Tribute. So based on a person.
Yes.
Okay. Oppenheimer?
No.
Schindler's List?
No. Good guesses.
So I'm like kind of in the ballpark, you would say.
Not fully, but you're on the outskirts of the ballpark.
Okay. So it's a tribute to the person. I'm guessing they're dead then.
I don't know if they're dead. I'll Google them.
Okay. Okay. I'll shoot out some more ideas.
Go for it.
Barbie is a tribute to Barbie, I guess.
No.
And Ken.
He's still alive.
He is still alive. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's useful. That's useful. Uh.
I'll
Okay.
read you. I'll read you it one more time, just because it's a lot of words. As comfortingly workmanlike as its protagonist, Blank makes solid use of typically superlative work from its star and director to deliver a quietly stirring tribute.
So when it says star and director, do they mean the director is also a star? Or
No,
okay.
different people.
Is it I don't know, Walk the Line?
No,
No, he's dead anyway. Rocket Man?
no.
Damn.
I didn't even know you'd seen this movie. I was surprised that you'd seen it. I've seen it.
What'd I rate it?
You give it a 3 stars.
3 stars, okay.
It's got an 85% critic and an
Mhm.
84% audience.
Okay.
I don't know what I've got it at. In my head, I've got it as a 4, but it might be a 3.5.
Sure.
Um,
Blade
it's the-
Runner.
No, it's the type of film that I've got it as a 4. It's the
Okay.
type of film that I didn't know like really anyone else really had saw.
Sure, okay.
And I don't think we've ever really spoke about it, so I was surprised.
So it's a little more obscure.
Yeah, not a lot of people went to see it.
Okay. Went to see it. So kinda recent?
Yeah, I saw it in cinema.
Okay. You saw it in cinema. Would I have seen it in cinema, do you think?
Possibly.
Okay.
It made $240 million
Okay.
on a $60 million budget.
Sure. $60 million. So, like, last year? Are we saying last year or the year before, perhaps?
No, it's. Do you want me to tell you the year?
Yeah, go ahead.
2016.
2016. Oh. What was going about in 2016? What films were being made back then?
Do you want a quote?
I would love a quote.
Everything is unprecedented until it happens for the first time.
It sounds vaguely familiar, but not enough for me to know it. Oh. I've not given up on one yet, so I'm determined to get this. You got any other clues, perhaps you could?
The director of the film, it was an actor long before he was a director,
An actor before he was a director.
and one of the biggest actors ever.
One of the biggest actors ever. Who are big actors? Let's name them. Samuel Jackson,
No,
Morgan Freeman.
no.
Um,
He was an actor. Well, he still acts.
Okay.
But he rarely acts. He's a very old man now.
Very old man. James Cameron's an old man. Ridley Scott's an old man. Martin Scorsese's an old man.
Older.
Older.
I'm
Oh,
talking 90s old man.
90s
He's
old
definitely
man.
in his 90s.
Oh, is this? No, I was gonna say I Daniel Blake, but
I
no.
think he's in his 90s. Hope I'm not being rude to him.
He's
Yeah,
like
he's
60 something.
He's 93.
93. Oof. Oh, I don't know. What's kind of a subject of the movie could help, perhaps? Well, not like what's the subject, but like
Like genre.
sure.
It's a drama. It's a true story drama.
Fuck's sake, I established that.
I'll give you another clue to help you get the director.
Okay.
I've got a big box set of
Clint
this
Eastwood.
filmmaker's work. Yes, I do. Yes.
I can't think of any Clint Eastwood films.
It's a directed Clint Eastwood film, not starring.
Yeah, but I still can't think of any.
Again, surprised that you'd seen it.
I'm surprised I've seen it too. I can't think of any films he's made. Oh
Do you
my
want
god.
the lead actor?
Yeah?
Tom Hanks.
Sully?
It's
Is it Sully?
Sully.
Oh. Oh, Sully. Yeah, that makes sense, yeah. It makes sense why I forgot it as well.
Yeah, did you forget Sully existed for a
I
little bit
did
there?
forget Sully existed. I've seen it on TV before. That's how it's
Ah,
from.
okay, okay. It's a good
God,
film.
it's alright. Yeah. I think
Kinda like
Skylar White's in it briefly.
yeah, she is like one of the lawyers.
Yeah.
Okay, 29.
29, we're almost there.
Two more to do, Fergus. Mired in its muddled mythology, Blank is a lurching retread that lacks thematic depth, conceptual intelligence, or visual thrills that launched this once mighty franchise.
So, that sounds like a Star Wars sequel if I've ever heard one.
It's not a Star Wars sequel.
Um,
So it's
uh,
mired in muddled mythology.
Muddled
It's
Mythology.
a lurching retread that lacks thematic depth, conceptual intelligence, or visual thrills that launched this once mighty franchise.
I don't know why I'm thinking of 411 Thunder.
No, it's not Thor: Love and
Is it a
Thunder.
Marvel movie?
No,
DC movie?
no,
Is it Jurassic Park movie?
no.
And it's not Star Wars, no. That's been established. Okay, what did the critics give it?
Critics gave it a 26%,
Mm-hmm.
and audiences gave it a 52.
52, okay. What'd I give it?
2 stars.
2 stars. Hard to think of movies I don't like. You got a quote?
Yes, I do. We're here to stop the end of the world.
There's a lot of movies about the end of the world. Is it? Oh, it won't be an X-Men movie because you said it's not Marvel. Oh,
Every single one of these films in the franchise is about stopping the end of the world, it seems.
right, like Kingsman, for example.
No.
That's one I keep going back
Think
to.
more end of the world, like apocalypse
Oh,
world.
Mad Max. Is that a
Nope.
Mad Max film?
You're on the right lines with Mad Max, I feel.
Mad Max.
It's
Okay,
closer to Mad Max than Kingsman.
sure. Closer to Mad Max. So what films are apocalyptic? Like zombie films?
No.
Zombieland, Double Tap?
No. No.
Damn. Okay, okay. So it's not a zombie film.
Nope.
So it's like Mad Max. Like all the films are apocalyptic kind of thing?
Yeah, they're all about the end of the world, something taking over.
Okay, something taking over. I don't know why I'm thinking like Cloverfield, but no, I've not even seen that.
It's not aliens, it's technology taking over.
Oh, is it Terminator?
It is
Is
one
it
of the
Terminator Genesis?
It is Terminator
Yeah.
Genesis.
That's the only one I've seen out of the first two. Outside of the
Yeah.
first two, yeah.
No,
Don't like
no,
Genesis.
no,
No.
no. I hate Genesis with a
Yeah.
passion.
Me
I think I've
too.
got it as a 1 star.
Yeah, that's pretty valid to be honest.
It's terrible.
I think
So
it was the
you've not
first
seen?
Terminator film I saw because it came out in
Yeah,
cinemas.
I saw it in cinema too.
Mm,
So you've not seen 3 or Salvation or Dark Fate?
no,
Dark
just the
Fate's
first two.
okay. I don't mind
I
Dark Fate.
I've not heard many good things about any of the films outside the first two.
Yeah, that's fair. Terminator 3's alright too. Salvation's pretty meh.
Mm,
The problem with Salvation is it should have been great. Like it's the film of the war. Like the war's such a cool
sure.
concept.
Mm,
And then they got that director in that's just called McG. You know, do you know this
no,
director? He
not
done
like one name or like his name is Mick.
MCG is the director's
Oh,
name.
no, I'm not familiar. No.
He done I can't remember the name of the movie, but he done another big action movie. Oh, the Charlie's Angels films.
Oh, sure, yeah. Okay, that
Um,
tells me everything I need to know about that.
yeah, he's not a nah, not a great director.
Sure.
That's who directed Salvation. Okay, number 30.
This is the last one.
We're here, and you might get this one very quickly.
I'm gonna get it immediately. There's gonna be no delay.
There is a possibility because I think this gives a lot away. This
Okay.
consensus. Blank is a visually dazzling comedy whose meta humor is smartly complemented by subversive storytelling. You know it?
No. Um. Okay. A comedy, visually dazzling. You said
Visually dazzling comedy,
subversive, meta.
meta humor, and it's smartly complemented by subversive storytelling.
Barbie.
It is Barbie.
Yeah. Yes.
Well done. It's
Thank you.
88% critic, 83% audience. You gave it a 5 stars. And
What's your quote?
I'm a man with no power. Does that make me a woman?
Yeah, would have gone that. That's Alan. No, it's not. It's not. It's the Mattel CEO.
Yeah, no, the guy next
Or
to
not
him.
CEO. Yeah, the boss.
Aye,
Not the boss. The worker. The
yeah,
guy that's from Sex Education.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well done, Fergus. You're done.
I would not say well done. That took like 2 hours.
I actually think you done pretty well, considering like I wasn't expecting you to get any of them from the actual consensus,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
you got a few from the actual consensus.
Dumb and Dumber. Hell yeah.
Yeah, and Barbie.
Barbie. Yeah.
So I think you done well.
Well, thank you. I mean, you're flattering me, but I don't know.
How does it feel being on the other end? Because last week you quizzed me.
Nightmare. Just trying to come up with movies even that exist.
You know how I felt now.
Yeah. You probably done a bit better, though.
No, I was terrible last week.
Yeah, I mean, neither of us have done well.
I was saying to all my friends because they were watching the podcast, and I was like, I done so bad. They were like, it's so obvious, Jack, and I was like, yeah. When you're in the moment, like when you're there, it's
for
so
sure.
difficult. Okay, so we've been going for 2 hours and 26 minutes.
Oops.
So yeah, oops.
That's my bad.
It's all right. Thank you to everyone who's listened, watched the podcast, whatever you do. We very appreciate it. On you go, Fergus.
I'm not gonna say what we're doing next week, but I think you'll figure it out from what I'm about to tell you. You've got some homework for next week.
Oh no.
Yeah, I need to watch 2 movies. Well, just one really, but you can watch the other one if you want.
Okay.
Okay, need to watch Black Swan.
Okay.
And if you want, you can watch Daisies as well.
Oh, what are we, oh no.
Yeah.
University films.
Yeah. I thought like that could be a fun idea to just go through.
I'll watch Black Swan, but I'm not watching Daisies.
Oh, come on. I like it.
The only reason I've watched Black Swan is because I've been wanting to watch Black Swan for a while.
Okay, fair enough.
I
will do my own homework. To be fair, I hate to say this, I will watch Man with a Movie Camera for next week. Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you. Yeah, I'll try to watch it.
Have you watched Singing in the Rain?
I have watched Singing in the Rain now. Okay. Yeah. We'll save that for next week.
Okay then, guys. So tune in next week for the next episode of the Popcorn Podcast, in which we'll be discussing, as Fergus has just said, our films that we watched as a part of our university course in first year. But thank you guys for listening and watching this podcast. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, all that jazz, and we'll see you in the next one.
Next one.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.